Yo, what up, 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 what up?
You are watching a master at work.
Shout out to the fellas out there. Street team in the building. Your boy in the streets with Keys. I think we got a decent show, some talking points to talk about tonight. You know, sometimes we just do chill and chat, quick chat, things like that. But I think tonight we got a decent topic, decent subject. I'm a little late. My mom called me at the last hour and was like, yo, your designs are here, because I was waiting all day. They said the shipment was supposed to be between 12 and 4, and they didn't get there till like 7 p.m. So I'm like, I didn't want to, and I got to work tomorrow. I didn't want to wait till this weekend to see the design and all that other stuff before I made a decision. So I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna play around with that today. I can show y'all in a second, but let's do roll call real quick. Shout out to my boy Joe being first in the building. We got Toad, what up? My boy Mike, what up? Adventures OD, what up? Mr. B Smooth, what's up? I need a shirt, what up? Shout out to Ray, what up? Membership link, Patreon link, what up? Ant, Eastside, Atlanta, fire this shit up. Got off the phone with my girl for this shit. Yeah, yo, shout out to you. Appreciate you being in the building. Let's go ahead and get the likes up if we can. Let's get the likes up. Support. Let's see. The next adventure. Get the likes up real quick. Banks is coming to come co-headline the show tonight, because we talked. We probably argue for another hour before the show about criteria, and we were kind of on a different page. We had to agree to disagree on certain points, and we knew that, you know, it might set the precedent for how people see the trip. So we're here. Real quick, since we're getting started, I got the design. I haven't got a chance to actually put them the press on the shirts, but they look pretty damn high quality as of now. You know what I mean? It's not like just paper. It's actually gonna look really good once the DTF is pressed on the shirt. That's the front. That's the front. So it'll be Street Team Love Bomber. So they'll see you love bombing from the front. And pause. You'll be love bombing from the back. That's the back. Street Team Love Bombers. I think it came out well. So we will probably, I'm gonna press it tonight to make sure, see how it looks. I got a whole box full of shirts I ain't feel like even carrying up upstairs. So we got the prints, we got the shirts, we got the mailers, we got my thermal printer down here ready to ship some shit out. So we're gonna press some stuff up tonight to make sure that it's whatever. And then shit, we're gonna be ready to go. And we got a couple of designs. We got the Bougie Boy design coming out after we get through these. We got the Weekend Warrior design after we get through these. So we got a couple of different little things that we want to have for the channel and just continue our journey on the merch. You know, one of our favorite things to do is love bomb up a little bit. Gotta love bomb the chicks up. So Street Team Love Bombers, man. If that's you, get a shirt, man. So that's what we doing right now. What's the word? Banks don't like shit, so to see what he says. Okay. Shout out to Euro. When the shirts drop soon. What up? Shout out to my boy Sean, bro. You good? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yo, what up? Shout out to Pop. They done shot at Rihanna. Damn, not Riri. Yes, indeed. Get the likes up. What up, show enough? I'm on the phone with mine at the airport watching this. What's good? Euro leave tonight. Raw, no headphones, maybe. Hey, bro, you good, bro? What's up? What's up? Salute. I need that shirt. Shout out to my boy Showtime. What up? What up? Barks Fire. I need that 3XL. We need a Euro night shirt. Hey, Euro nights. Can I add the crazy text from the Johns on my shirt? Hey, you can add whatever you want. Just Max, shout out to you. Mr. B Smooth said fire. Like I said, we're gonna mess around with it tonight. My girl coming over soon, so lead us up for replay. Yeah, for sure. It's either gonna be replay or it'll be in the membership. I'm pretty sure we're gonna leave it up that way. If anybody decides that they want to, cover it. Hold on one second. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right. Street team gonna win matching love bomb shirts. Hey man. All right. Shout out to you. Make my shirts in red. God, hold on, red. Can we do is that would that be possible to do red? You wouldn't really see the hearts like that, but I guess we could iron it on anything, honestly. We could iron it on yellow if you wanted to. I don't think it would look that good. It wouldn't look that good. You could iron on white too, I guess. Yeah, I guess you could iron it on white. I don't think that would look that good though. Available in Europe too. Oh, I would have to check on the shipping to Europe, how much that was. Shout out to you, Poppy Nomad. But yeah, like I said, once we make sure it's good, we'll figure out with the chat and the people how we gonna get shirts and how we gonna do everything like that. We just want to make sure that once it's pressed, it looks good. 2X Black. All right. Appreciate you. All right, so the topic for the night: the trip review system. Now, sure, some people gonna agree with it. Some people not gonna agree with it. Some people not gonna agree with it just because it's me. I think after some debating with Banks on some criterias, I think it will be a decent thing, even if it's just us, to like assess how to put together a trip based upon what we think would be the criteria for a decent trip. And y'all feel free to add to it, the chat. You know what I mean? If you disagree with something, you disagree with it. If you like something, you like it. Whatever it is, like I said, it's not ironclad. Banks did say that if you catch anybody else reviewing trips that's not under this system, it's gonna be hell to pay. Now I'm playing. But so yeah, let me see. He should be here somewhere. But in the meantime, before we get started, like I said, hit the like button and we're gonna get started with the trip review system. Oh shit. Hold on. Let me see. You gonna drop? It's not working. All right, so I'm dropping this link for Banks real quick. For Banks only, he said it's not working. The link ain't working for him to come through. Vice President Banks is coming through. The co-headline the show is just for Banks. So God damn. In the meantime, gotta finish his TV dinner and his Jeopardy episode. No, he said the link wasn't working. I didn't see he texted me though. All right, there's Banks right here. We got Vice President Banks in the building. How you feeling, bro?
What up? Okay,
how you feeling?
What is Banks gotta finish his TV dinner and Jeopardy episode? I'm already wilding.
Hey, he trying to say that you old, I guess, man.
Man.
All right. The biggest bully in space, Vice President Banks, man. The biggest bully in the space. Damn, how you feel about that?
I don't be bullying nobody. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
Hey, man, we just tell the truth, right? We are truth tellers here, right?
Exactly.
All right. Okay, all right. So we got the trip review system. All right. These are what we agreed would be the simplest form for categories and what made sense for a rating system of a 1 through 5. The categories, now we did debate on audience reception, rating, numbers. We decided to, as of now, to leave that off because that can be skewed so much that we don't want to say that if your numbers ain't high, you didn't have a good trip. So it's kind of universal for everybody. Production value, 1 through 5. Entertainment, 1 through 5. Availability, 1 through 5. Information, 1 through 5. And the chicks, 1 through 5. For a maximum score of 25 is what you can get, right? Is that still pretty solid, Banks?
I think that's fair. But you're gonna go over what encompasses each.
Yeah. I got a bunch of slides, brother. We good to go. Just making sure that we on the same page. How do y'all feel about the categories with that? Pop says streaming only. Well, when we talking about trips, unfortunately, you can't wait 6 months
after to drop a video.
To drop a video and say, I mean, if you drop the video the same day, then maybe you could go ahead and do that. But typically, people not dropping videos before people start reviewing. by about day 3, people already got the impression of the trip, honestly, of how they feeling about it.
Yeah, you not even if you drop a video that looks cool, they remember what your trip actually looked like while you was on it. So that ain't really gonna change nothing.
Yeah, 100. So yeah, that's where we at. He said, chicks, the truth is the truth is no one cares about information because no pay attention to details. They just get up and go. It's all about the hoes. Chicks and entertainment are the only categories that count. New free mixtape. But what if chicks ain't part of your content? Oh, yeah. So that was the other category. That's why we put the caveat. We put chicks at the bottom because if the trip doesn't call for chicks, then leave it off. But the truth is, nobody's reviewing no trips that don't involve chicks. I've never seen it. Nobody's sitting there, oh man, Ace is in Antarctica. Let's do a trip review of that. Nah, that don't happen. The only trips I've seen reviewed are trips that involve chicks. If you can tell me one that's different, then I'll give you that. But I've never seen one in my opinion. Yeah, I've never seen one in my opinion. So it's probably going to have to do with chicks. What up, Fred C? PowerPoint presentation. It's Google Slides. We've done this before with the list. We've done this before with the rating system of chicks, tier 1 through tier 3. It's just something we do just to give it a little bit more value. People can put it on screen and judge it from there. So, because people might not remember what you say, but they'll screenshot this and say, "No, I don't agree with that," or whatever it is. Case. All right. So the first question that I got to start asking myself and making sure that we asking about the trip. What's the purpose of the trip? To do something lit, information, adventure. Like, what's the purpose of it? Why are you going out there? Why are you going to South Africa? Why are you going to Brazil? Why are you going to Colombia? Like, you know what I mean? And this is very important when you asking yourself or when you telling the subs what you're going to do. I saw this firsthand when I said I'm having a pool party and people said, hey, that don't look like a party. Mentuition said they having a yacht party. Like, that don't look like a party. Like, you better be clear what you're saying this trip is supposed to look like. If you're running around telling everybody it's going to be lit, you better be prepared for the fucking scrutiny if it ain't lit. If you say you're going to get some information and you go out there and you just hanging out with chicks, be prepared for the scrutiny. And if it's adventure, it better feel adventurous. It better feel like we there, we in danger, or whatever the case may be. So that's where we start. Production value. This is what we said. Anything, it could be any number of this. It don't have to be all or whatever. Production value is where we'll start. Camera work, connection, thumbnail, scenery, all the stuff that makes it look like, did you just throw this shit together, or is this like a production? Is your internet out? We haven't always got it right over here too. Are you filming on the grainy ass iPhone 4?
Yeah, I don't like the vertical, but I think people use the vertical because it get more views. I don't know, but I don't think the vertical looks good at all.
Yeah, I mean, the game has changed. You know what I mean? We'll give Mentuition credit too for help usher in the whole horizontal space where, a lot of streamers, started doing that too. Originally, it wasn't even no horizontal option, but now we got it. I've been trying to go horizontal as much as possible because I do agree the vertical isn't the greatest, but sometimes that's just what works, and that's what that's what's easy. Depending on in the place, like I said, it's much easier to go live like this than it is like this when you holding it up in the spot. It just is what it is. It's easier just to be like, yo, what up? It's a little bit less intrusive depending on where you're going. Like if you're going to a festival, really ain't no reason to go vertical. You know what I mean? You might as well go horizontal for sure. You might as well go horizontal. Do y'all agree with the production value does matter to a trip? Do y'all care about that?
I think production value matters to everything you do, including whether it's your live, whether you sitting in the living room, whether you making a video. Production value matters. Don't nobody want to look at a grainy screen or pixelated as all jumping all over the place, look like somebody jizzed all over your lens. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, I'm thinking about it more even with my next phone selections. Like, all right, okay, maybe I need to get an Android. Maybe I need to get AT&T. Pop showed us that AT&T was was booming. Verizon kind of struggled a little bit in certain places, but having those, horizontal lives and stuff like that, if that's what you're going to do, considering, when people are considering backpacks and all of that, production value, I do believe adds to the overall, nothing worse than a trip that's lit, but it's breaking up or you can't see it or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So nothing's worse than that. So that's where I'll start. That's where we start with that production value. These aren't in order really, but just how we going along with it. Production value. The second thing is entertainment, right? Entertainment. Now,
complicated one.
This is the one that me and Bank spent the hour on arguing about, because he wanted to roll everything into just entertainment, and I kind of wanted to break it up because entertainment is subjective to some people. So we just decided to add these caveats under it, whether it's common. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is what Keith proposed. He said one of the categories should just be what was a memorable moment.
No. Hold on. Let me read the exact thing.
Read it then.
Yeah. Let me just so we got it clear. So I had more criteria than just 5 basic ones. And one criteria I had was, did you have any standout moments, 1 through 5? Now that could have encompassed, it didn't have to be crash out. It could be lit. It could be like the difference between having a party or having a badass chick, or having, like, Sin had 3 chicks on the bed. Is that a standout moment? But also, I also had another one of
explain to me what would be the difference between standout moment and memorable? It's the same damn thing. That's the same thing.
Maybe. Okay. I can see that. I mean, again, these are just words to describe the overall, like,
and I told
guess
you the
standout
reason,
moment. It is memorable, but like, are you going to remember that moment? Like, it could have been a standout moment, but are you going to remember it later? Is how I looked at it at that time. Because you can have a standout moment that nobody talks about or nobody remembers.
Okay, but even if you saying, are you gonna remember it? Well, shit, we gotta wait a few months to see if I remember it. I can't give you my rating then.
True. I mean, that's true. Well, some things is gonna be memorable.
I think but even my issue was this. My issue was this with this making a standout moment or something its own category. Because then people just feel like, hey, I could lack in every other department, but as long as I have that one moment, I'm out here for a week. I gave y'all 10 minutes of a memorable moment. Does that automatically boost it to a 5 for entertainment? Hell no. You can't just check one box and think that you jump up to a 5, because then everybody is going to try to fabricate some type of crazy, memorable one big moment. Meanwhile, the rest of the trip is dull as hell. No, I'm not giving you a 5 for entertainment.
Gotcha.
It's part of it, but it can't just be a standalone metric, because you're going to try to ride that to the top. And I'm telling you, no, you ain't fit to do it.
Gotcha. Hey, well, we do have some questions out there, you know what I mean? Because, we had some debate about, just certain trips, certain different things of how do you rate a trip that has a super high moment, but the rest is pretty
Again, if the rest of it was dull and boring, but you had this one moment that was really cracking, okay, we can give you a 3. That you can ride that one moment to a 3, but you didn't slacked off in every category. No, you're not if all you can do is shoot the ball, you can't play no defense, you can't get no rebounds, you can't steal, you ain't got nothing to add to the team but some damn free throws. Great. We'll give you a 2 for shooting, but I'm not giving you a 5. No. You cannot ride one metric all the way to a 5. No.
Do y'all agree that one moment may not necessarily get you a 5 in the entertainment score? Like, do you need more? Do you need more moments, or do you need more stuff to give you a 5 for entertainment, or is that one moment good enough to get you to the upper limits?
It's like if you were serving a dinner and you got 5 different things on the plate. Just because one thing is really good, I can't give the whole meal a 5. Everything got to be good for you to get the 5. You can't ignore one You can't ignore the other 4 things on the plate and just focus on one. That ain't a complete meal.
Okay.
To get a 5, you got to be the complete package.
Okay. All right. Again, no debating on that right there. Shout out to I see BR Big Dog said getting the Nas burger buckets and the chick taking Keith's chain was memorable moments for me. I appreciate that. If you can remember something, that's cool. Same, I agree. It's same thing. I would just name it standout moment. See, that's I had it named standout moment, and Banks wanted it to be entertainment.
Well, it was standout moment as its own standalone 1 through 5 category. I'm saying standout moment falls under entertainment.
Yeah, because
it can't be its own thing. It got to get lumped in with these other things, and they all fall under one umbrella.
Yeah. So again, okay, all right. I mean, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. Like I said, we debated about that for a moment because I do agree that people would go out there and be like, all right, did you have a standout moment? Nope. All right, let's create one. I think that happens anyway, and that's going to happen with the entertainment value. I think entertainment gets tricky because I've heard people say, like, how you going to say I'm not entertaining? 200 people was watching me. You know what I mean? So I've seen that too, where people will ride the numbers and say that this many people watch me, or, you know, even if it's black screen, you know what I mean? You got people on the panel or whatever the case may be. They'll say, well, how can you say I'm not entertaining if people are constantly in the building? And I think that's a hard part. But if you break it down, was it funny? Was it dramatic? Was it some type of highlight? Was it replay value, memorable, standout moments? You can make the debate. You can take one of them off. It just is what it is. So that's what we have for entertainment. Availability. I think this is probably one of the biggest metrics right here is availability. How often were you live? Are you outside showing something? And are you missing? Are you available? Do people feel like you are where you are? Like if you just in the house, you're probably not.
But you see, like this, you balanced it out, because if you say how often were you live, okay, that don't mean just because you was live nonstop, you finna get a 5. You can't just, that's what I'm saying, you can't just do one part of this and think that you're gonna ride that to the top. No, you have to be live, but are you actually showing something? Is there any value to you being live? Don't just cut the camera on for the sake of cutting the camera on. That's like that fool that come to work every day and don't do nothing. But I'm here every day. Yeah, you're here, but you don't contribute anything.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I said, yo, are you, how are you just live for the sake of live, or are you live to segue into the next activity? Like, you know, I'm live right now. It's the morning. We getting ready to do this. What do y'all think? Let's move on to the next thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a bunch of people who do like segues like that. You know what I mean? And this is dedicated to nobody in particular. This is just how we look at the space, how we talk. Me and Banks will be on the phone while we watch a trip. Like, this is a dry moment. They probably could have skipped this.
This is law. The law.
This is the law.
If you are caught using any other metrics after today, you will be dealt with harshly.
hey, yeah.
This is what you will be using until further notice.
Hey, Banks, you know they're gonna say who the fuck is Banks?
Who the fuck does he think he is? The guy that's telling you what you're gonna use.
Yeah, are you missing? Are you outside? or if you inside, are you inside showing something? You know, outside, inside. If you inside and you got something going on, and inside is nice, you got the ambiance nice, or the outside, you know, you're not walking aimlessly or whatever you're doing. Like, are you outside? This is how we look at trips, I think, because we'll watch trips and we'll debate about it. I think this is the things that I'm going to be thinking about as I go on my next trip. Okay, I'm available, but are you just available, or are you available doing some shit? So information, how much info you provided. We argued about this for a little bit today because, you know, in Banks's mind, like too, I always tell Banks, you got to live outside of yourself sometime, because it may be hard to impress Banks with the information, or anybody if you've been around. But for me, I think it's the attempt to provide some information. Like if you go in a place, especially if it's new, I want to know some information about it. Give me something to make a decision. Either A, I'm going there, or I never need to go there. Give me something to sway me either way, or give me an update. Hey man, like you shouldn't go on your trip and I have the same questions that I had going into it. Go ahead.
It only gets tricky with the information when you have somebody going to a place that they've already been in. Like for you, for example,
We talked about that.
I cannot give Keith a 5 for information. He goes to CTG and let's say he shows me the exact same. Hey guys, ethnic nomadic. I'm not for to keep giving you credit for telling me ethnic nomadic. You tell me this every damn video. You ain't telling me nothing new. I get it. There's new people watching that may not have that. And that's where the problem's going to come in with the information. People that don't know any better, they might say 5. But those of us that have been to these places 50 times and we've seen Keith in these places 50 times, hey, man, I can't keep patting you on the back for giving me the same damn information over and over. How many times you going to tell me to go eat at Mirador or ethnic thematic? If you say ethnic thematic one more damn time.
Hey, I don't even say that nowadays. but again, that's why, you know, when we talked about this, I said a part of it has got to be the attempt to try to give information, because there are some people who, you know, it's not even an attempt to really give anything outside of, you know, I got boxed. You know what I mean? So, you know, I was going to show Banks this right here. Let me, you know, just for an example, you know, Banks may say, you know, I don't need any more information. Shit. Oh, hold on 1 second. Let's remove this real quick. You know, the last comment I just got on the last live. Shout out to you, Keith. You started my travel. Street guys be clutch. Just booked my Cartagena trip off your info. Going the end of May. Staying ethnic thematic. 19 hours ago. that was a comment. So again, Banks might not need it, but I think it's the attempt. No matter where you go, the attempt.
I think it's the attempt and it's the actual value of the information. Because again, people are going to look at this and say, well, I just got to check these boxes, and they're going to do the bare minimum trying to just get a check mark in the box, and that ain't going to cut it. Okay, you went to wherever you went to, and you gave me some information. It's cool, but it ain't really, it's not information that's going to make or break my trip, or really that much important information. Yeah, if you're giving really, there's a difference between I'm just telling you for your situational awareness, or I'm really giving you some real info here that you're going to use and could be valuable to your trip. Yeah, the value, sure. What is the value of the information, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, 100%, definitely. He said one trick pony can't be a one-hit wonder. No, because Rollo always has one big moment every trip that makes his trips. That's true. I agree with Banks. This is a good metric. Yeah, if your ass living in your dirty Airbnb all day, are you missing? There should be bonus points for people that clearly schedule their lives and let you know when you can expect to see their content. Nothing worse than not knowing the schedule for the lives. I understand that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think we definitely try to if we know we're doing something, but that may be a little hard to do if it's not a sanctioned event.
If you're sitting inside the Airbnb and you ain't got nothing going on, yeah, you could schedule a live and kind of roll with a schedule. But when you out in the world moving around, uncontrollable things happen. And it's like, I told you I was going to go live on the beach. But what if I go to the beach and ain't nothing out here worth showing you? Yeah, like, my bad, I told you, but.
Yeah, hey, I mean, one thing me and Pop learned too is chicks with time in Colombia. Oh my God. Like I said, I was talking to Banks and I'm like, we supposed to met at the Mirador or at the wall, I think 2:00. We didn't end up getting to the Mirador until like 4:00. You know what I mean? I'm getting ready. I'm trying to do this. You know what I mean? Like chicks with time, you might want to schedule. That's why I try to like say, hey man, we're gonna have a lunch date or something, maybe, or we're gonna try to go to the barrio or something, whatever it is. I do wish we could get a little bit better than that, but that may be hard for most people, unless you know, like the yacht party starts at 9 p.m. sharp. Be there. You know what I mean? If it's not a sanctioned event like that, it'll be a little bit hard. But again, we'll try to do that in the future too. Sounds like he don't like that hotel. Most people give no information about their travels, ground transportation, local restaurants, activities, tours, local culture, tourist sites. Yeah, and that was a part for me too, is that some people think information doesn't weigh as heavy. Like we had I think New Free Mixtape said nothing matters other than entertainment. And on the surface, that seems right. Entertainment and the chicks. But it's a lot of people, like, if you go to a place and like, okay, cool, I know it's good looking chicks, but how do I get there? What do I do? it's some people gonna feel left out because the information isn't there. So we didn't want it to just be like entertainment, wild out, wild out, wild out.
You got to get there first
For sure.
before you worry about the chicks and all of that. You got to get where you stand. You got to get all of the information you need to get from point A to point B first. So the information is very important if you're a first timer, especially. You use the information even later in the game when you've been going back and forth. Information, but you don't realize, hey man, you're using some information that you got from somebody probably on one of these panels or somewhere.
Yeah, or sometimes, I mean, what we've seen in the last couple, I was thinking about this today, is like, if we look at the time when I started live versus now, a lot of this stuff, if it ain't updated, it's kind of different from the time, I started going live. It was Delirium, Dose Vita in space. You know what I mean? Now that's you going looking for that. You're gonna be your heartbroken. You know what I mean? Sasua was popping at one time. You go looking for that, you're gonna be like, where the fuck is everybody? Where's Roomba's at? Where's like this shit sucks? Like, so you do have to update some information over the course of time because some stuff can be different. Whether it's visa practices, you go out to Brazil not knowing you need a visa. Shit, you coming right back home. I've seen people say that too on YouTube. That'd be terrible.
You see the guys that aren't getting the message about don't put dildos in your suitcases. They're still getting caught left and right.
I mean, how did you look that up? You didn't see that? You just taking dildos on the fly. Yeah. You're not even checking.
The information was there not to do that. You just chose to ignore it.
Yeah, for sure. So that's why you went with that. He said El Viedo Hotel was trash. Hey, I told you it's just barely clean and close, brother. Something interesting. El Viedo, Pop stayed in there. Us homie Chaos that we met. He stayed in there. He left with us to go to Medellin. Came back to CTG. He went right back to El Viedo, man. So I felt pretty proud about the El Viedo because that's the option if you want clean and close, man.
For the dungeon dwellers.
Hey, man, shout out to the dungeon dwellers, man. Hit the Cash App, hit the like button. Appreciate it. If y'all at least hit the like button, hit the Cash App. It'll go to a future trip for sure. Banks wants motherfuckers to show the full route of the Underground Railroad. How do you feel about that comment?
That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is give useful information. Don't be up just talking, just trying to tell somebody something that they ain't nobody for to use. This ain't for to make nobody's trip. It's not for to break nobody's trip. Like, this don't really apply to a lot of the people. Just the information that you're trying to give out. You're trying to give out useful information that guys are actually going to use. You're trying to think, well, what were some of the questions I had my first trip that I wish I had an answer to? That's the type of stuff you're trying to put out. Like, hey, man, if you catch a cab and ride over here, hey, man, they got some pretty decent fried rice at that place. All right, cool. What else you got, man?
Yeah. What time to close?
Yeah, something that they like.
Is the Airbnb still guest friendly? Like, tell me the
useful.
Yeah, for sure. Unforeseen circumstance, and then to be going live for the nominations, the travel space getting played out. Everybody got their handout now and days. Hey, yo, appreciate the comment. Be going live for the nominations. This sounds
donations.
Like
donations. That took me a minute.
Nominations of money, I guess. I try to be too technical with that. We appreciate it. Everybody got their handout. I understand. Shit, everybody's looking for a way to fund these trips or whatever the case may be. I would say like the vid, it's the new normal, and I get it. I add to that, so it is what it is. Don't know if it's a category, but uniqueness should be high priority. How do you feel about that? Where would, because we don't have that on the list, where would that fit in one of the other ones?
Uniqueness. What are the other categories? Bring it up real quick.
Let's go back.
It was
oh shit. Entertainment maybe
falls under entertainment. Yeah. How your creativity plays into the entertainment factor. So I would just put it that's part of that. Again, you can kind of look at entertainment, and just because it's not listed doesn't mean that you personally you might feel like that's incorporated into entertainment. Add it into your score. Take it into consideration. There's a lot of stuff that different people are going to take into considerations, but I do think most of those fall under one of these 5 categories.
Yeah,
you could lump it into one of these 5 categories.
Yeah, if it's unique, then that's shit, give it a 6 if that's what you want to do entertainment. Hey, that was crazy. I never seen that before. 5, you know what I mean? I don't know. Or say, man, we done seen that shit 1,000 times, man. That's a 3, man. What you want us to do? Like, I can see that too. So uniqueness, can work in your favor, or if it's something you do a lot, it cannot. You know what I mean? Maybe, the first 3 chicks I take to dinner, or the first trip I take chicks to dinner, 4 trips from now, if I'm still taking chicks to dinner, the same dinner too, the same restaurants, it's like, bro, we seen you do that already, man. Come on, what else you got for us? Take a bitch to the amusement park or something. Do something different, bro. So I get that too. Let's go back. Dominican chicks can be the same. Entertainment, availability, information. Dominican chicks can be the same. I thought black people was bad with time. Nah. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. Dominican chicks. Colombian girls the worst. Can we really count a 2-star hotel as clean and close? Yeah, I think we can. It is clean. It's closed, man. Hey, I'll tell you what, that motherfucker sold out every time I try to stay there. Pa was upset. They made him leave. They didn't have another day for him. So, hey, I like it, man. That hotel is like a horse stable, back from another failed trip. Shout out to K-Bones. He donated to the trip. So if he's saying I got a failed trip, hey, man, we got to work harder next time. Appreciate you, brother. Donate next time. Make it a higher donation next time so we can get it right. All the advice you need is don't give papaya. That's all the advice. 2-star hotel, hell nah. All right, chicks. Did you put a decent amount of good-looking chicks? And this is if it calls for it. If the trip ain't made for that, if the trip ain't made for that, don't worry about it. But did you put a decent number, not just one good looking one and 7 dusty Air Force One wall clock tower chicks on there, or some
clearance rack chicks
in DR or something? Did you put a decent amount? Like, could I make a decision based upon your chick level of what you brought? 1
it ain't
5.
just the quantity though. What's the
quantity overall vibe, quality, quantity? Like, am I thinking, damn, she all right, man? Should I miss going to CTV?
But I do think you can get a high score if, say, you only dealing with one chick. You want some GFE stuff, but if she looks that good and it's a vibe and it's entertaining, you should still get a high score. I don't think you have to have multiple chicks. I think if you got one,
I can give a 5 with one chick.
If it's a GFE type of trip and you 3 days with the same chick, but this chick is bad, she's entertaining, she bringing a lot to the streams and things like that, I can't cheat you out your score. You should still get a high score.
Nah, I can't wrong.
You looking at quantity, quality. If you only deal, and that's like you said, if the situation calls for it. If I go on a trip and I'm telling you this ain't demon time, I'm on some wifey type, I'm GFing it up, and the chick is everything. She's bad. She got a good sense of humor. We vibing on the trip. Everybody is feeling her. How you gonna cheat me out of my 5?
I can't give you a 5, brother.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you bugging with that.
I can't give you a 5 for that, man.
You bugging with that. No.
I need to see options. It's cool that your girl is bad, but I need to make sure that there's more bad chicks.
Again, but no.
I need to make sure this isn't an anomaly.
Because that's the problem right there. You can't say if the situation depends on if chicks is necessary or not. I told you this is a GFE. Why are you looking for multiple chicks? I already told your thirsty ass you ain't getting but one. That's what I told. I let you know from the gate. I'm dealing with one chick.
No, I think that's like saying 10 tier 3s. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if I'm looking right, this is what I'm saying. If I'm looking and Banks is on a trip, right? Let's say Banks is on a trip to Honduras, right? He's with a chick and the chick is bad. Now, we have limited information on Honduras. A 5 trip in my mind would be Banks showing his chick that's bad, and then him and his chick went to the club and they showed us Dose Vita levels of bad in there too.
Whoa. No.
That's a 5 right there.
No. Put it in rewind. Put it in rewind. You cannot inflate my score because we have already said it's 2026. Just showing random chicks walking down the street. No. You're not getting away with that no more. It's interaction. I'm judging you off the chicks that you're interacting with because you caught a.
Hold on. Go ahead. All right, Banks, come back. All right. Maybe Banks cut out. So we'll wait for him to come back. But I understand what Banks is saying. And I'm not saying X said Panama Bay is not a 5 trip. No, I would say it's not. Like I said, not only do I want to see the chick that you're with, for me, now again, this is everybody's rating system. I want to see the chick that you with, but I also want to see the variety of chicks in the sea also. Because when I'm booking a trip, now some of y'all do this, I'm booking a trip for that chick. Keith, send me her number. Like some people booking trips like that, so I get it. But I'm also like, is that a gym in the sea, or is it like, one of the things that we saw in Cartagena, and when I started making those videos was, damn, it's an abundance of chicks over there. That's how I look at it too. I don't want to just see a couple's trip isn't necessarily a 5 for me. I think in the perfect world, let me see
But that's the thing. That's the thing. You have to be when somebody gives you. You can't judge a country album with rap album expectations. If they telling you what it is, you gotta forget all that other shit and just go
Banks,
for what it is.
Now, Banks, that is if you're not wrong. I see we got Hellcats out tonight, but you're right if somebody at the beginning says this is a GFE trip. Now, if you going out there and you showing me it's lit, and it because we know how it goes, it can turn into a GFE trip, even though that ain't what you expected, i.e., like Panama. That wasn't necessarily what my intention was, but that's what ended up coming out of the video and all that stuff like that. So now if they say, yo, I'm going out there to hang out with one chick, now we're expecting one chick. But as we say, and me and Banks will talk about, different people, so-and-so getting ready to go to wherever, me and Banks will clearly be like, man, they ain't going to show us shit. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes we want people to go that's going to give us an overall vision of, is this shit what it's cracked up to be or not? It's certain people I'm going to send. If you give me the budget to send certain people, it's certain people I'm sending to certain places, and it's certain people not. Go ahead.
Put the poll up. And I'm not really a fan of polls that often, but put the poll up.
Can one chick get a 5
with one chick?
Let's see.
I think you should. I don't think it's fair because everybody not on the same type of time. I don't think it's fair to degrade somebody's trip because they wasn't.
Now, Banks, I want to make sure we're not using inflammatory language.
What's inflammatory language? What does that mean? What is this you speak of?
Because getting a 4.5 is not degrading.
It's not degrading, but you're not fit to cheat me out of my 0.5 just because.
With only, I mean, shit. Okay.
I think you should still be able to get a 5. If you got a chick with you and she's Bernice Burgos bad and she's lighting up the camera and she's fun and everybody watching it is enjoying her presence and she's adding that much value to your trip, get that man his damn 5.
He said everyone is, again, we're not even talking about mongering, but I think sometimes I do want to see what the options are. Like if you tell me, hey, Guyana is lit, and you got one chick that looked pretty good with you, and then I'm saying, okay, is Guyana lit? But now you got that same chick with you. Hey, y'all, we getting ready to go to the club, and you live in the club, and it's 770 joints in there, and I'm like, man, I could spin around in there and pick some, and I got my bad chick that's for me in the spot. That's a 5. That is a 5. If I had to pick what a 5 is, a 4 is you got one chick. I still don't know what the overall vibe is of the city or the country, but I know Rob had a bad one, Keith had a bad one, Banks had a bad one. No, But if
Do
you all,
guys really want to see the background dancers like that, dude? I mean,
hey,
no, yes, they
I
do.
do,
Yes,
I
they
do.
do. However, I
Hey,
can't.
hey, Banks,
Then ain't your point.
as both KBS watchers, yes,
But
we
that's
want
what
to
he.
see what's out there.
But that's what he does. But at the end of the day, them chicks in the back dancing, them ain't Keisha's points. The one I'm judging you based off the one that you walked in the club with, man. Not them chicks. That's great. I appreciate you showing me these other ones.
Hey,
It's cool.
I
But
want you to
your scoring is being based off what you doing with the
no.
chicks.
To me, I look like I said, I look at that differently.
If that's the case, then we might as well just say, hey, if you creep camming, you can get a 5.
Nah, come on. A creep camming wouldn't be a 5 either.
I think if you are a creep can if that's what your specialty is, I can only judge you based off what the purpose, and that's why the purpose of the trip is important. You have to take that into consideration. If I'm telling you GFE content and you know my style is to deal with one other chick, then why are you rating me on things that don't apply to me?
I think where this thing came up at, where this whole review came up, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying what I would give somebody.
I'm telling you, you're wrong.
Okay, that's fine. Now I want y'all to be clear, because I don't have a metric. We don't have a trip where one person was live streaming with one chick that we rate a 5 today. So I want y'all to be clear that when y'all say all you need is one
example.
Give me an example.
Barber World went to Peru with the chick with the red hair, the chick he be dealing with, and he flew her to the States. When he brought her to the States, you wasn't judged. If you was judging off a chick category, you can only judge her and the chemistry that him and her have on camera. You wasn't checking for chicks in the background walking around Times Square. So why would you do that to another traveler when he told you only getting one chick?
So I think the difference would be is that we watched a series of videos with Barber World with that. Well, we're not talking about that. We're talking about live streaming, being in country with the chick. Now, if he was live streaming, again, like, we can't compare a series of like fucking 15 videos of Barber World with that chick versus live streaming in real time over the course of 4 or 5 days. We don't have a metric.
What does the chat say? What does the chat say?
The chat say 72% say yeah. So
say
yeah.
What? That you can get a 5 with one chick?
You get a 5 with one chick. Hey, when y'all get a bunch of trips with one chick, I want y'all to understand y'all did this.
But you got to understand, if you're gonna rely on, I will say this now, if you're gonna rely on one chick, she better be it. She better be tough in all categories. I'm talking, she better be fine, she better have personality, and she better have the complete package.
Yeah, hey, y'all chemistry better look like y'all getting married for a 5 on. Hey, you didn't see a single other piece of scenery but him and the chick eating. That's it. That's all you seen. I don't know if that chick score with one chick is
I'm not saying it's easy to do with only one chick, but if somebody is able to do it with one chick, you need to give them their prop. If they deserve a 5, give them their damn 5.
We don't, like I said, we haven't seen it yet. I want somebody to try that. Put something bad on screen. Don't show us no other chicks. And I want to see if people rate that trip a 5 in the chick category. I don't think they will. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. I don't think dinner with one chick, chilling in the house with one chick, and you don't even see what else is out there, is gonna. I think 5 for me. I don't think so. But go ahead.
Like I said, I think you have to expect things. If you're attempting to show me other chicks, then I would take it into consideration. If he had multiple chicks, then okay, I'm gonna rate multiple chicks. But if you just had one, and I understand that's what type of time you on, and it checks all the boxes, hey man, it is what it is. You got a 5.
He said Rob just did. Yeah. So Rob did it, and he had 2 chicks kind of, but Rob did it, but it was a video form. I think where, like I said, where I'm thinking at is in real time. If Monday comes around and I'm live streaming with one chick, and then Tuesday comes around, I'm live streaming with that same chick. Let's say Wednesday she goes home, and you see no more chicks for the rest of the trip. You got 2 days of streaming with a chick, and then the other 3 days was no chicks, would that be a 5 trip, or do you have to stream with that chick
No,
every day?
no. I don't think. Well, you would still get a decent score. I don't think you would get. I think to do one chick, you got to kind of incorporate her to the whole trip.
The whole trip, like
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
doing
yeah. I
something
do agree
every
with that.
day.
Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
be.
So,
Yeah.
that's what I'm wondering, like, because even
Because
like I said,
she could be all of that. Let's say your trip is 6 days. The first 2 days, yeah, you with this chick and it's lit, and then after that, nothing else after that. No other females, no nothing. Yeah, that is gonna bring your score down.
yeah, or like I said, I'm thinking about it in real time too. Monday, I'm streaming with the chick. We all day. Every time I'm talking, she right there. Tuesday, every time I'm talking, she right there. Wednesday, every time I'm talking, we right there. We doing stuff together. Thursday, I think by Thursday, Friday, I'm like, all right, man, you got any other chicks out there? I think I'm really gonna be like that, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But hey, the chat say 71%. You can get a 5 with only one chick. So hey, we'll see. We'll see how it go. We'll see how it go. But Keith, you have to go home after 4 days, so you're pressed to run. No, it's not just that. I think sometimes I do want to see variety. I want to see what's out there. I want, because some chicks you might not be sold on, because me and Banks are imagining a super bad chick, right? But a lot of times what we actually see in practice is trips that a lot of us ain't really sold on a lot of times too. It's some chicks that we all universally sold on. That, what would you say the overall score, if you thought from top YouTuber to low YouTuber, wherever in the middle, Banks, what typically gets put on stream?
We know the mids get put on stream. A lot of mids.
Yeah.
These dudes, I've never seen a group of guys that love mids. When this is like, I would describe it like this. We gave you a blank check. You could have went to the Lambo dealership, Ferrari dealership. You could have got whatever you wanted, and you walked your ass in here with a damn Honda every time. That's why it's frustrating.
Yeah, nah, 100%. He said, so get one chick the whole video, you get a 5. Got it. I thought we appreciate quality. For sure. Like I said, this isn't I don't think there has to be she's a 10 or a 2. That's not what I'm saying too. I'm saying, like, for me, a 5 trip would be, we see you with a baddie, and a 5
He said, I love ugly chicks.
Who said that?
I need the max one. He say, Banks, you don't know I love ugly chicks.
Yeah, like I said, a five on the chick score for me would be, the vibe is right. You know what I mean? You had a decent looking chick, and then you also showed us an abundance, if you could. Now, if you're in a place that don't call for that, then cool. You know what I mean? But you also showed us some
He
other
said that's the mistake we make. We think we is mid to, god damn, that's hard to read. We is mid
to some is top notch to
what
others.
is mid to some is top notch, and others is kind of subjective. Yes, it's subjective, but at the same time, there is a baseline. There's been plenty of chicks we put on screen, and everybody unanimously pretty much said this is an 8, 9, or 10.
Yeah.
And then you get some chicks, ugly is ugly, fine is fine.
For sure. Classic combo, easy 2 points, higher in the fun rating than Roombas. Ball around, do y'all forgetting? No, you can't go off pros. Y'all gotta go off the strength of your game and not paying out your wallet. I don't think anybody
I don't think nobody gives a shit about that.
Nobody cares about
nobody
that,
cares
honestly,
about
brother. It's not about a score. It's about the information you giving the guys who want to visit, not the score. Well, again, that's what we talking about when we talk about scoring on stuff like information too.
The value of the information.
Banks is right. Keith, you the king of creep camming. I don't know if I'm the king of it, because it's people who creep cam don't even show their face or nothing. So I don't think I'm king of that, brother. Banks 100% right. Keith, you really need to get to the Sioux and put some respect on their name. Classico got new, better dressed girls in town with a little bougie vibe about them. Do you believe that, Banks?
Somebody go out there and show me. I'm not wasting my money to go see.
Them tickets high as hell. I
You can
wouldn't
you
mind
if
going
that's
out
what it
there.
is, show me. If that's what it is, show me.
Yeah, show me something, brother. Keys to Thirst Travel. You can have a GFE and still show what's out there. See, that's what I'm saying, Wiser. I agree with Banks. Yes. What's a trip versus expat? Because most of the people in the space aren't taking trips, they are living. I would say it's kind of 50-50, if at best. It might be less than that. If you think about all the expats versus all the people who take trips in the YouTube space, shit, it might be four trip takers on the panel at a time.
You might as well grade them on the same scale because half the expats, they trips look the same as the weekend warriors.
I agree.
Or you live
That.
out there, but you doing the same exact stuff that the guys come for 2 or 3 days are doing. You live here, but all I see is Parque Aries. All I see is Poblado. I don't see nothing else. You've been living here 6, 7, 8 months, and you showing me the same stuff that Keith, who goes there for 4 days, is showing me. So I might as well grade you on the same scale.
Yeah, I've always said that too. Like I expect the people who have more time to go conquer new territory. I know it may be crazy to think about, but I'm like, when you got more time, you don't, like for me to waste the trip going to try to find out if something lit is kind of terrible. But if you got I got 3 days out of 2 years, you can go to Isan. Like, me to take a trip to Isan would be like, man, you wasting your time out there on your little 2-week Thailand trip. But so shout out to Devontae Vlogs. I saw he went to Isan. I was like one of the few people I actually do that. So for sure. But I think if we were rating an expat trip or a digital nomad trip, I think you got to relegate it to probably the first 7 to 10 days. Would you think that would be fair, Banks? Like, you got a couple of days to get down and get settled, but then after that, within the first 7 to 10 days is how people would probably review your experience out there. What do you say to that?
Yeah, because after a while, it just turns into sitting in the house doing lives. There's nothing really to rate. But again, I might as well rate you on the same. If you doing the same stuff that the weekend guys are doing, I ain't adjusting the scale for you then. It would be adjusted if you was actually a creator that lived there and you known for, hey man, this dude be doing a little bit of everything, some different stuff. He's showing you day-to-day life. He's showing you the chicks at night. He's going to places that guys normally wouldn't go throughout the country and things like that. He's showing you different restaurants. But no, they do the same exact stuff. They hang out, and you live here for 6 months, and all you could tell me is Sweet Georgia Cafe and damn Parque Aries. No, I'm grading you the same as I'm grading a Pob, a Keith, or anybody else that just goes for a few days.
Yeah.
You're doing the same thing.
He'll be back, bring some superintendent. He said, what's the percentage of that too? I think it's like 50-50, I think, because like you can have expats, or digital nomad style. Like, you might have the aces and checks, but then you got a lot of people in the space, like Mentuition, myself, Pob. Like he just said, he just mentioned Skidder. I saw in the chat. Like, you got a bunch of people who going back home and coming back.
Prime example, and it's not a diss. And I know people, anytime you say something that ain't in their face, I like Skeeter. I watch his stuff, but has it gotten redundant? Yeah, you haven't seen the guy leave El Poblado yet. He ain't left a 2-block radius. You there that often, and we ain't seen nothing but the same 2 blocks every damn trip. At some point, the rating's either gonna drop, or can I really look at you? I know he's not an expat,
He's not a live streamer,
so he's not on that scale. But again, even if you're making videos, man, if I know what to expect every video before I even click it, I mean, what do you want me to say at that? I can't keep giving you these top ratings when you're just doing the same exact thing over and over and over and over and over. And you're there that often that you could shift and show something else.
I mean, most people are gonna do. Again, these are the words of Banks.
And I like Ski. Don't think I'm talking. I like
Banks is a fan of Skidder, so for sure. But I mean, he say the same thing to me too. How many times you gonna tell us this? So it's the same thing. So if anybody hears this, I don't want you to think it's hate or nothing like that, because hey, he doing this thing. He's in the Maryland area, so we got to show him some love. But I would like to see him go at least one more place just to break it up. You know what I mean? Just as a fan of the YouTube space. It's a cold Sweet Georgia Cat. I haven't heard that in a while. Crepes and waffles, Sky Park. That's all you getting from him. I love me some. I got finished filming my Medellin. I put crepes and waffles in there too. I put Sweet Georgia Cafe in there too. But I also got Planita wings. I got my squad burgers for the buckets. We got damn, what's the name of that restaurant I had the ribs at? It's right in the park. Arita or something like that, I think. I looked it up earlier, but yeah. Oh, Frida Fusion is the name of it. Got some good ass food. So we put some other stuff in there too. So, you know what I mean? It's all the things he said. Depends on the purpose of the trip. If you are on Demon Time, then yeah, we need to see the smoke shows. But if you are on GFE trip, then we need to see the chemistry. Like I said, a lot of times these trips, especially live stream, we don't it's not necessarily clearly defined at the time. I think sometimes you go for one thing, and then next thing you know, you come up on some stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like the whole pool party incident. Like, I didn't necessarily, I was gonna come up on some shit like that too, and I was originally thinking about it, but that could have easily turned into that too. So it's a cult. Then the extra niggas weak as hell. So guys are like coaches for athletes who fall off, don't know when to let it go. Banks, you're right, but a lot of these dudes are mid, which is why they go for mid chicks. Ugly chicks be happy to be there. It's an old reggae song. The ugly girl, the better. What's the percentage though? If you showing the same chick the whole video and no info of the place, you're not getting a 5.
Well, those are two different categories.
Different cat. That's why we got
two different categories.
Yeah. Mid usually Banks. You saying we're checking in? No, I don't think he's saying that. I had class in 2 weeks ago. Sue made me proud. It got me anxious to get back. I think that was the last slide. Overall, do you agree with that rating system?
Now, this was the last category that we decided probably needs to be left off. It would make sense to put it on, but it's going to be difficult to kind of set it up the right way. The impact of the trip. Should you get a 5 just because people are talking about your trip? And does it necessarily mean that your trip wasn't a 5 just because people weren't talking about it? The example I used for Keith was, look at like Nas. People say Illmatic, whether you agree or not, they say Illmatic is the greatest album of all time. Yet when Illmatic came out, it didn't sell. But does that take anything away from the greatness of the album? I don't think so. Reasonable Doubt didn't sell, but now they call it a classic. You can have a good trip, but just because people didn't watch it doesn't mean that it wasn't good. You could still get a 5. And then 2, should you get a 5 because you did some dumb shit on your trip and had the whole space talking, but it was for the wrong reasons?
That like I said, that's a question. Like I think some guys you wouldn't be able to tell that's not a 5.
Yeah, people were talking about me. Yeah, because you almost went to jail, you dumbass. That's not, that doesn't necessarily mean
say that's a 5 for entertainment.
It's not.
I told you that they would say like so. And again, how do you? Let's say you got a 5 in all categories for a maximum score of 25, but ratings and the viewers were low for all.
He said 50 Cent said all publicity is good publicity. That's one of the biggest lies ever told, especially with cancel culture. You find your ass sitting on a curb somewhere by yourself for the wrong publicity nowadays.
Yeah, for sure.
Should put you out of business.
Yeah, for sure. He said, but whose trip do we talk about? Rello, NYC? We only judge these live stream trips. Yeah, I mean,
that's the only thing you can do, because if not, then you're just judging videos.
Yeah, you're judging videos months later. That's all. That's all you really got. I mean, how do you rate a video? Because a video you can make look how you kind of want it to. Live stream is, like I said, I've been saying this. Live streaming is tough. And it draws out the things that are boring. It speeds up the things that are lit. It's like, damn, you only did that for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, that was only one aspect of the trip. The rest of the time, you was sitting in the house. Like,
but you could take these same categories and apply them to a video.
For sure. Production value.
Same thing, yeah.
Entertainment value. Availability would be the one that you would.
Yeah, that would have to get switched up, but
yeah, information,
everything else applies.
Yeah, availability would be the only one that would come out of there for a video. True that. True that. I thought Keith and Paul switched it up last trip with the dates. Nice switch to the content. I like that. I appreciate that. Like I said, and again, we ain't trashing nobody. We know we ain't perfect over here. We got a bunch of stuff to work on. Shout out to HG Chum for that $2. He said some Flyboy get some 5 across the board then.
I do think if it's perfect, I'm pretty fucking close, but okay, continue.
Hold on. What did you say? I missed it. I'm lost. Have we seen a 25 trip anytime in recent memory? I know we didn't have one.
No,
I'm gonna say no.
Negative. No, it's hard to do. It would be hard to do, but nobody's saying for good. I think if you can get anything over,
what is an acceptable score? I think that's
I think good. I think anything over a 15.
A 15 is like the mid score.
A 15 is pretty. A 15 and up is pretty. You had a pretty good trip.
Yeah, 15. A 15. Okay, 15. All right, so anything above a 15 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Now, what do we call a trash trip? Where does that? What number is a trash?
I think
trip?
trash is anything
10
and below. 10? I think most trips are gonna fall between 10 and 15.
Okay, 10 and do y'all agree with that? Anything below 10 is trash. Anything above 15 is pretty good.
Under 10 and under is trash. I would honestly say good let's say 17. 17 and up is good. 15, 10 to 10, between 10 to 16 is kind of averagey.
Sheesh. Damn. Hey.
10, okay, I'm sorry. This is like the third. 10 to 15 would kind of be average. Anything below 10 is trash. Anything over a 15 is pretty good.
Okay. Anybody want to come up and rate and give us a self-assessment of their trip? Where's mental wisdom?
If you can get anywhere between a 15 to a 20, that's a good trip. If you can get over a 20, it's an excellent trip.
All right, let's call one of the fellas from the other side, man. He said if you get below a 10, delete your channel. God damn. All right. Yo, I'm live on the air right now. They probably can't hear you. I don't have you on speakerphone. But we're doing this trip review system. If you or your brother is available, jump on the panel. We want to try this self-assessment thing. If y'all available, if not, I get it. All right, cool. No problem. All right, peace. That was Al.
Tell them they've been sent for. And when you're sent for, you come.
You show up to the show. Also, speaking of that, we do have a weight loss challenge. Al sent me a video last night. I sent him back a video. It's been set. He talked about teams, but I don't know if we know. He was like 4 people trying to lose weight and 1 person trying to gain weight muscle. I was like, I don't know if we got anybody trying to gain weight, and I don't know if I got my trust in anybody losing weight other than me, because I barely trust
who's trying to lose weight. It's you and Al.
Me versus Al, right?
That's not a good battle because you're over there sticking that needle in your ass, Ozempic.
No. We are doing no more Ozempic. This
what happened? What's wrong with the Ozempic? You don't like it?
Well, it was giving me headaches for one thing, and I didn't take it all week, and the headaches was gone.
Obesity is going to give you a fucking heart attack. You better decide which one is better, a headache or heart attack.
Exercise is better. Okay.
There's good answer. Good answer.
All right, exercise is better. So me and Al, which is crazy, which I definitely need to lose weight because Al is taller than I am. We weigh about the same exact amount. So he gave it to the first day of summer, which is June 15th, I think he said, to who loses the most weight. Now, I know that there's no way I can lose. I would be willing to let my channel be the Mentuition's channel for a weekend, with Mentuition branding on it. That's how confident I am that I can't lose this by June.
And how long would this go on? How long is this challenge?
Until June 15th.
And how many pounds is just whoever loses the most?
I guess, yeah, whoever loses the most.
There has to be an official weigh-in because there can be no lying about what you weigh.
No. That's what we did last night. Hey, nothing in your pockets, videoing above head, like nothing. We see you step on the scale. We see the number. You got nothing on you. No watch, no jewelry, no nothing. You know what I mean? We did that last night just because while it was hot.
Okay.
So, yeah, unless he did some camera trickery, which I don't think he
calibrated scales and things of that nature.
Nah, it was 0 on my scale, 0 on his scale. I don't think he's lying. You know what I mean?
No. So what did he weigh?
I can't. I don't know if he wants to disclose that he can.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna have to disclose it so people know who lost more weight. We got to know the starting weight.
Well, when he gets up here, then he'll discuss if he wants to discuss his weight, and I'll discuss my weight. You know what I mean? And I guess drop the link. You lose muscle on that too. Don't bet that, Keys. We in the gym Monday, Tuesday. You out here Monday, Tuesday? That Ozempic shit is dangerous. Ozempic has side effects. Look up Retitrude or Trazodone instead. Felix said that. He said I'm in DC Saturday. Shout out to Felix. I've been hearing a lot about the first one. I mean, and the second one I've heard enough about. That and peptides, I feel like are the hottest stuff that people using, man. It's crazy. Dude losing naturally 10 to 15, 10 out of 25 is still bad. That's less than 50%. Not even average, 15 minimum for any praise. Damn, for any praise.
Hold on, what now? Read that again.
He said 10 out of 25 is still bad. That's less than 50%. Not even average, 15 minimum for any praise.
A 10 is like a C. We get it. In that average range from 10 to 15, you got a B kind of averagey and you got a C kind of averagey. We can't break it down that much, but we get it. You're on the lower end of average if you're at a 10. You're barely making average. You're barely passing.
Gotcha. All right.
But anything less than a 10, you failed. And we're going to take you out back and put you out of your misery.
All right, Banks, can I put you on the spotlight real quick?
Oh, I guess.
All right. I want you to rate a trip that we've seen in Kenya. Just for like, so we can make sure that the scale is calibrated, I guess. Production value of that trip. What we giving it?
2. The camera work is foggy. It's not clear. He had decent connection. He wasn't going in and out, but I would say it's slightly below average. There wasn't much effort put into the production value. 2.
All right, entertainment value. That's gonna be tricky. I know. I'm telling you.
I give him no, because that wasn't one of his more entertaining trips. That was a controversial trip. But if I'm just being honest, entertainment wise, you didn't get that much stuff outside. You weren't seeing him in the clubs like that. He was locked in the Airbnb on fucking suicide watch half the trip because them people was on him. I mean, entertainment factor, I'm going to be honest, I'd probably give it maybe a 2.
Okay. All right, so Al, if you're just tuning in, we'll go through the categories real quick. Steve, you there too or nah?
Yep. We both here.
Okay, all right, so we going through this. We Banks is rating the Kenya trip just so we can get a metric for how we looking at things. Y'all can tell us if y'all agree as other content creators, because it's not just about me. We talking some shit. You can tell us if you agree. Real quick before Banks finishes the rating, this is the trip review system that we came up with to either A, what we would be rating trips by, or what we would be assessing our trips that we went on this side, or how we plan trips and how we make sure that we're having a good trip. So production value 1 through 5 points, entertainment 1 through 5, availability 1 through 5, information 1 through 5, chicks 1 through 5. So purpose of the trip, just speeding through this. What's the purpose of the trip? You trying to do something lit? You trying to spread some information? You trying to have some adventure? What's the purpose of the trip? Because that matters before you start rating it. Production value, we talking about camera work, connection, thumbnail, scenery, anything production related. Entertainment, is it funny? Drama, standout moments, replay value, memorable. Some of those can be interchangeable anyway. Availability, how often were you live? Are you outside showing some? Are you missing completely? information. How much info you provided, where to stay, what to do, activities, all the information. Chicks, did you put a decent amount of good-looking chicks on screen? Overall vibe, what did you do with the chick? Banks also thinks that you could have one chick throughout all your live streams, and that would give you a 5 rating if she's bad on
Whoa,
chick.
whoa. Hold on. Because no. You're not going to do that.
Wait.
This is what I'm saying. Let's say I'm not the type of guy that goes on this trip and shows you a plethora of chicks. I'm not fit to be in the party scene and all of these chicks around. Let's say, but I let you know from the get-go, hey, man, this is a GFE trip. And the chick that I just so happen to have with me the whole trip, she's gorgeous. She's a good vibe. Everything is going for this chick. You enjoy watching her. She's, the chemistry is there. Everything is hitting with this chick. Shouldn't I still be able to get a 5 based off this is a GFE trip?
Just one chick. How do y'all feel about that?
I mean, I guess if the trip was supposed to be that from
exactly. I'm telling you what you're getting up front. So you shouldn't even be checking for 10 other chicks. You should just be worried about the one.
Let's say you didn't say that. Let's say it's not clearly defined.
I think if you don't clearly define it and then you just meet a chick and it's that one chick for the rest of the time, I think that
you could get a high score, but maybe not a 5.
You can't get a 5. Yeah.
Okay, I can agree with that, but I think that's the difference.
If your supporters and subs know,
front.
Yeah, if your supporters and subs know, or whoever watches your content know it's gonna be a GFE the whole time, then I don't think you should be scored low because that's what we were expecting.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I'll give you an example, Keith. Val, we know Backpack Val like to do his GFE thing. I'm not looking at him to show me 50 chicks. I'm expecting one chick. And if he has that one chick and she checks all the criteria and she's that bad, I don't feel like it's right to cheat him out of his 5.
I mean, I think though that I would judge a little harsher on what they're doing, because if it's just going to be one chick, you could, you know what I mean? Like you got to get creative.
Should you get a 5 just because I showed you a bunch of random chicks walking down the street with zero interaction?
Nah, there got to be some interaction. You got to show something. If you're going to have a GFE, I think that
I can only give you so much credit for the random chicks in the background.
Yeah. So what I said was that's not a 5 either. What I said was the perfect marriage would be if you had a bad one with you, but then you also went out nightclubs and different things throughout the trip and showed us also that there's other bad chicks out there too. And, you got your one, but you also took us to the club and we seen that, hey, if we go out there to wherever this place is, there is other bad chicks. That would be the perfect marriage between the two.
So let me ask you this, Banks. You say that Flyboy's kind of boring and he don't have his but like his trip, he had multiple GFEs. He had
okay. Finish. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
He had multiple chicks on like Tinder and Bumble and all that stuff. And he was outside showing y'all different interactions.
I know what Banks was about to say, but go ahead.
Okay. That's and granted, when you do that, and I didn't say granted, you have to give him his points for what he did. But okay, now let's talk about the areas that you were lacking. Yes, you had these chicks, but were they really that good looking? No.
His chicks were bad.
Me and you might disagree on bad. I'm not saying that they were butt ugly, but they weren't giving you a top score based off their licks. The interaction with them, was it a 5? It might have been cool. I'm not saying it's trash. To get a 5 is hard to get a 5, but you have to take
the Barranquilla trip.
I didn't see a lot of that, so I can't go off of that. But what I did see from Flyboy, he always shows you a lot of chicks. If it was all about quantity, then you're top notch. But when you add in the other factors, and that's put in place on purpose, you can't ride one factor all the way to a 5. I got a lot of chicks. Okay, now what about the other boxes? Does she look good? What's the chemistry like?
Can she speak Spanish? Can you speak Spanish?
All of those. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just say, hey, man, she was bad, but everything else about her was trash. I can't give you a 5, bro, just because she looked good. You have to check all the boxes.
He had the baddies. He was speaking Spanish with them. He's dancing with them. The interaction's good. He
Oh, he
showed
might. I'm
everything.
not saying that it wasn't good. He might get a 4. A 4 is good. But to
He-
get
I
a
just
5
tried
is
to argue
hard.
that with Banks just now. That a 4. Don't cheat him
No,
out of
I
the
don't.
points, Banks.
But I'm saying if it's a 5, give him a 5. Don't just give him a 4. Just cause. But a 4 is nothing to frown at.
Again, this wasn't to be directed at anybody who
It's not
wasn't
directed at any. Yeah, at
self-assessing
nobody.
their own self. Again, you gotta be watching to be able to assess it. And again, that's why it's about individual rating too. So like I said, I don't want to disparage anybody in their trip. That's why I said, hey, y'all come up here and y'all can
let me ask you a question though. Are we rating? You said, are we rating Relo's Kenya trip? Whose trip are we rating right now?
That's what he was asking me, just to do an example.
Just to do an example to see how many
up the thing, Keith, the metric. Pull up the
I was just trying to
categories.
figure out whose trip.
Yeah,
Okay.
like while we were waiting on y'all, we was trying to.
So he asked me production value. Based off what I saw on Relo's Kenya trip, I gave it a 2. Reason being, your connectivity was decent, but your camera quality is not really good. You don't put any real effort into your production value. I'll give you a 2. You went live. It was bare basics. You had StreamYard, the free StreamYard, whatever. Like, you're basic when it comes to production value. Entertainment. Kenya was not Relo's most entertainment trip. Usually Relo was really good for entertainment. That one wasn't necessarily that entertaining because you were hiding in the house for most of that trip. I also gave that a 2. Availability, that's when y'all showed up, and that's where we're at, right, Keith?
Yeah, availability.
Availability. I would even say he gets a 2 for availability. Normally, Relo gets a 5 for availability because that boy gonna stream the whole trip. But because he was trying to lay low this trip, he was hiding. He didn't want to be seen. You got to give him a 2. He went live, but it wasn't that frequent.
I agree with most of what you're saying. I just think the entertainment factor for a lot of people, they like to watch the crash out shit. So I think
so this is the reason we say that, Al. Is it right for us to give you a 5?
Here we go.
Because Relo, if you're listening, it's not, me and Relo don't have no issues, but I'm gonna just say what it is. Me personally, my morality, whatever the fuck, I don't feel right giving somebody a 5 because you made a bunch of noise because you put your hands on a woman.
I personally don't think so either. However, a lot of people
we're kind of rewarding the wrong thing. I'm gonna give you a 5, even though you blacked her eye or whatever. Not saying that's what he did, but
if we don't have,
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Everybody was locked.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's a subjective opinion because I would say people thought that the trip was hilarious. The drama was there. The standout moment was there. I mean, everything on this list, I wouldn't give it a 5 per se.
Maybe a 4.
But he was definitely above a 3. Yeah, I give him a 4. And regardless of what we think is right or wrong moral wise, the trip was definitely entertaining because entertainment to me can be bad or good. It doesn't necessarily have to be.
And that's where me and Keith.
Remember, I told you that was gonna be a thing on the phone.
We get it. We get that, and I understand what Steve is saying. Entertainment could be good or bad, but what I'm saying is I don't think it's right. And this is just me. I don't think it's fair to somebody that goes out there and has an honestly good, entertaining trip, and we give you a 4, but we give somebody the same score because they went out there and did something that everybody is so against. Like, this isn't entertainment, but I don't find it entertaining, that type of shit, putting hands on women. And I'm not, whatever it was, I don't think that we should be up here. That's almost, you're praising it. Oh, it's a 5. Like, sometimes I get what Al and Steve, entertainment is entertainment. But if you keep praising that type of stuff, then guys are going to go out there and they're going to fabricate moments trying to check a box. I got to give you a standout moment. Let me do some dumb shit.
Well,
and that ain't what you're really trying to promote.
Well, Banks, I will say, speaking just in general, without putting my feelings and, like I said, morality in it, I have to give it a 4. But do I agree, moral wise, and was it right what happened? Absolutely not. So I get what you're saying, but if I'm gonna be like a judge of it and I have to like give it a score without putting my my viewpoints in it, I can't give it a 1 or a 2. I feel like it was still just because of the shit that happened. You know what I mean? He made the news, and I mean, you got it.
Keith was even like, "Yo,"
but that's the
I'll
same
be
thing.
surprised if he makes it out of Kenya. You know, we don't know. Like, he's gonna get caught up at the airport. Like, we didn't know what was gonna happen.
The suspense
there.
was there. The drama, the comedy,
the suspense, the drama is that. Like, okay, let's use a different trip. Let's use the situation. Let's use because
hold on. Without now again, we honestly know that Rello's trips are one of the trips that gets reviewed a lot.
I'm not dissing him at all. I'm not dissing him at all. Please, if he's watching, you know, it's all good, bro. I'm not dissing you or nothing like that, man. But that's why I say let's use the Punta Cana trip. Okay, he wrecked a car. They were looking for him, the police. He's out there doing all types of crazy stuff, trying to get away from these police. The story, the drama, everything was there. That I would say, okay, now I'm with Steve on that. Like, whether it was good or bad, that was entertainment. Maybe it's just me, and I'm admitting, maybe it's just me. I think there's certain things that sometimes it's like, you know what, we ain't even rating this just because of that controversial situation that happened. We need to stay away from that. But the car wreck, okay, let's rate that trip because no women were hurt. No women or children were hurt.
Okay. I mean,
is that fair?
If I'm gonna rate as far as y'all went, I think y'all said y'all went to availability, production value. I mean, Mentuition wasn't there, so I gotta give it like a 1.
You could help yourself.
Rello, if Rello doesn't have us on the trip, sorry, Rello, but if you don't have us on the trip is just the production value is just never, the quality just can't be Mentuition quality. Entertainment, I give it
we're at Punta Cana now, right?
This is you're talking Punta Cana, right, Steve?
Oh no, I was talking Kenya, but you can give it.
That's why I say because the Kenya
okay.
Because of that situation, I think people are gonna feel some type of. Let's go to a neutral.
I'm gonna keep the same. I'm gonna keep that same 1 or 2 for the production value because for the Punta Cana.
Okay.
I feel like we weren't there, number 1, but number 2, I just
you said 1 or 2.
Yeah, let's give it 1.5.
Okay, 1 or 2. Yeah, I would agree.
Can we go 0.5s or we have to do 1?
Oh yeah, we do whatever you want.
So we're doing 1.5. I am entertainment
value,
Punta Cana trip.
I'm gonna give that a 5. I'm gonna agree with you on the production value. I'm gonna give it a 5 as far as entertaining. Like I said,
Punta Cana trip,
the one where he crashed the car and he's on the run and he's talking all this shit to K9 and I'm gonna split you and all this shit, and then he runs into Sin and Sin buys him a drink and
damn, that was the same.
That's that entertainment level, and then he's like, oh, Sin, we're not gonna fight, we're not gonna do anything, and then immediately after Sin leaves, he starts talking his shit like I'll split that nigga again. But that entertainment level is a 5.
Okay,
that is a 5.
Okay.
I don't know if I was there on 5 on that.
I don't know if I would say 5, but I get what Al is saying.
I get what he's saying.
4.
It is a lot.
I would say a 4. It's a lot of moments. I would give it a 4.
I would give it a 4. I would give it a 4. 4. I can't give it 3.5. I give it a 4.
I was at 5. We're at 4. I'm at a 4 on that one. Availability.
That's gonna be high too. That's gonna be probably a 3.5, 4. He was going live multiple times a day. He had the live with the cheek. He met some random chicks, and then they took him to their hood or whatever. Like, he was going live multiple times a day.
Okay, but Steve, Al, let me say this: when we say availability, just cutting the camera on a bunch of times, that ain't getting it. Are they cutting the camera on and actually doing something of value?
I think that was because, like I said, he went outside,
if you think
he went outside. He met these random chicks at like the liquor store, and then he hops in their car and then goes to a random place. And he was outside a lot on that specific trip. He was outside a lot. I'll give him, like I said, like a 3.5, 4 for the availability.
I don't remember being outside, but I guess I don't remember that specific part, but I do remember him being out a lot more. He was out at the bars. He was walking around at the club. So yeah, I give him a
went to that massage place. He recorded inside with the glasses.
I give him like a 3.5. I give him a 4 on that.
We're close to pretty much information. What do y'all give him for information?
Now, information. I think that score is gonna be low. But I mean, you could also phrase it as what not to do. Like
no. We're not giving you no points for calamity.
We learned about the judicial system of Punta Cana and with like you know what I'm saying. We learned how to.
He get a 1. If it was me, he get a 1. He get a 1.
Now I do get it. We definitely learned some stuff, but I don't think it was his dream.
Well, it was unbeknownst to him that we learned. That's the thing with Rello. Sometimes I like Rello, but sometimes you learn like Al said, kind of the negatives instead of the positives. But is he going around like showing stuff and giving like information? Nah, not really. He's just enjoying his trip and having fun, or whatever he's getting into.
The last score would be chicks.
Ooh, I didn't like the chicks on this one.
I didn't really
pretty low.
Hey, look at
Wasn't this the one where he had the GFE, the one shorty?
Yeah, that took him to the beach and all of that. Yeah.
She had energy.
That doesn't sway me at all. I'm still going 1.5.
I'll give him. I give him a 2.
Yeah, Arthur, you're awfully generous, ain't you?
She had energy, but I didn't really. I feel like that was the only memorable girl.
Yeah, that was.
And I don't even remember any of the other chicks he had on because they probably weren't that bad.
I'll do 1.5. I'll do 1.5 on
1.5. All right.
It wasn't.
But I mean, Rello. That was probably Rello's worst trip as far as girls go.
Yeah.
I feel like he did and then not even just looks, but just abundance, the chemistry, and then he ended up getting into it with that shorty. I think maybe. Yeah. They ended up like having a little beef on that trip. So. Yeah.
I mean, it definitely
what's the overall?
Had a memorable moment of you can at least stop selling box for one day, can't you? One day?
Right.
I mean, one day.
I think what like Rello, in my opinion, the Punta Cana trip was good, but it wasn't really his best like trip to me. I think he just I don't know. I feel like it was just, on a scale of all his trips, like I give it like a lower score. I mean, I don't know if you add it up and divide it by how many. I guess
what did you add it up to, Keith?
Hold on, let me add it up real quick. It was we agreed on 1.5 plus 4 plus 4 plus 1 plus 1.5 for a total score of 12.
Like a C. That's a C.
So we gave anything 10 and under is a trash trip. 15 and up is pretty good. 17 is up is clearly a good trip. 17 and up out of 25. So he got a 12 out of 25.
He's on the low end of he barely made it.
No, he right about it.
A 10 is 8. Yeah,
you was pretty close. But hey,
you're on the lower end of average.
I mean, like I said, this wasn't my favorite Rello trip, but I think that there were I liked his other trips, not even just the ones we were a part of, but I thought, Thailand.
He has better trips,
yeah. Some of the other ones was just.
I think as far as the entertainment level, I think that it was super high on this specific trip, but it wasn't his best trip overall. If you factor in,
but that's what carried him past the threshold of 10 was that score he got for entertainment. That's what saved him.
Exactly.
So I'm just asking y'all, do y'all think that this is a fair way to rate, or is it something that's missing when it comes to rating, or to even think about as you move forward on your trip, like if you're thinking about all these metrics, is this a fair way that removes friendship or whatever you might be feeling as far as rating a trip?
I mean, I think you could add in a few more things. I mean, what comes to mind with me, like another category could be I don't know what the word would be you could put as it, but just like your itinerary, like what you're doing, kind of like, not just with the girls, but like what the overall goal of is a trip. So like you had, like you, Keish, you did dates, you had beach content, like kind of like, you know what I mean? I don't know how to say the word, but maybe variety. Yeah, something. I feel like we're missing an
I
extra
think that
category.
kind of just falls under entertainment, because if we try to make variety its own thing, then it's almost like,
But,
again, they did a bunch of stuff,
yeah,
but
but
did it
entertainment.
add anything?
Yeah, but entertainment to me could be you do the same thing, and it's all like, let's say I just did the couch with a girl every day and had 2 or 3 girls come through every night, and it was entertaining and it was different girls.
But I think most. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm saying, did I switch up the kind of content that I did? You know what I mean? Like entertainment to me is you can just do one type of thing the whole time and be entertaining. But
I
I feel
think
like
for me, it's an implied task. Like,
So
I get what he's saying.
I'm
but
kind of with Steve, because like let's say like, because these categories, because I wanted to spread the categories out a little bit further, but because like, say for example, in entertainment, let's say a Rello, because that's what we were discussing. Rello gets a 4 because it was wild and crazy, but a lot of the content could be the same. There should be some points for like you skydive with a chick, you know what I mean? Versus, now I get how Banks is saying that entertainment should roll it all in one, but there should be something for outside of the box and the
the
norm.
reason I say that, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a fan of 20, 30, 10 different I think when you start adding too many categories, then the scores get inflated. Then I think the less categories you have, the more you minimize it, you can give an more accurate rating. The
But
more you have to take into consideration, that's when things get complicated. And I just want the meat and potatoes.
No, I get that, Banks. I'm saying though that I think variety matters. Like, for example, it doesn't even always have to deal with a girl. Like, I always bring up this example. In Thailand, I was telling Rello, let's go to a barbershop and you get a cut from a Thai woman. Like, that would be funny and entertaining, and everyone be talking shit on your hairline or your haircut or whatever. Like, they be talking shit on me, my drink. Like, let's just go get haircuts or something. Like, so it was like, let's go to the mall and try to pick up chicks. Let's do a Riz off. Let's whatever, you know what I mean? I feel like it doesn't even always, a Riz off includes girls, but it doesn't always have to include girls. It could just be you're doing something to make the trip to have more variety. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying add 3 more
Variety
categories.
could be its own thing. But like I said, I'm already considering that it's an implied task to me, because you ain't fit to get a 5 for me if you just doing the same thing every time for entertainment. I'm looking for variety, but I just put it under entertainment. But it could be its own category, I guess.
Maybe variety can be in the entertainment subcat, like
Yeah, exactly. It's a part of the entertainment score. Because go to your entertainment thing, Keith. What are the bullets underneath entertainment?
Hold on a second. Hold on. So, like, I do believe if you added variety to like,
I think it can just get added to that.
Well, no. I'm saying if variety was its own category, I do think, and again, I'm hoping that if people are thinking about trips, that they this leads to a better trip landscape, a better content landscape, because people are like, man, you know what? I do need to do something different than that.
But if you did a variety, let's say you made it its own thing, what is the criteria? Like, this is your criteria for entertainment. Okay, variety, what's your criteria?
Hey, Steve, take it away. What's your criteria, brother?
I do. What I'll say is I do like having variety as a score, because whenever people think of what am I going to do, whenever somebody goes to, this isn't any shot at anybody, but if anybody goes to Cartagena, what am I going to do? I'm going to do a Delirium live. I'm going to do a beach live. I'm going to do blase blah. I'm going to walk in the walled city. If we have a variety score and people are doing things outside of that, oh, I'm going to show this, or I'm going to show that. Keith on this past trip did inside of what was that, La Isla, which that I thought that was dope. We did a live stream inside there, but there's not really a lot of content on La Isla, and he's going to put it in the street guide. I thought that was dope. So instead of just doing Sky Park every night, which a lot of content creators do that, they're thinking outside the box. So I think that adding that, I think that needs to be its own score.
Hey, please vote up. We only got 14 votes in the building right now. Please vote up if you can. I know some people on TV or whatever. Vote up so we can see like accurately how the people feel. We got 175 people in the building right now. Make sure you hit the like button. Again, like I said, tell us what's important. You know what I mean? Don't wait till we get on trips and be like, because I do hear this in the chat a lot from on different chats. Man, everybody's doing the same thing. Then if that's the case, then it needs to be
but again,
emphasis on variety.
The variety, though, what is the criteria?
You could
If it can't just be one criteria. Okay, I went and did some different stuff, because that's easy box to check. Okay, let me just go do something. But if it don't mean anything, okay, I went there, but I didn't really show you anything. You're just giving me points just for showing up and doing maybe something different. It still has to have some type of impact.
So tell us, somebody.
That's what I'm asking y'all.
Like, the norm? How outside the norm? One of it could be how outside the norm are you on your trip? Are you doing the same things as everybody else that's already?
Are you doing the same thing as yourself?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah.
That's really what I think it should be.
Well, but you could also say like who, what, when, where, how. Like who are you with? Like where did you go?
Of course, the intuition on that one right there. Hey, who are you with? Go ahead.
But you know what I'm saying? Like okay, like I said, like what, like Keith, let's take your trip. You and Pop was like walking around. Like you know what I'm saying? It could, variety could have a subcategory in it. I do agree with Banks. It could just be thrown in under entertainment too. It just depends on how deep you want to go with it. Because if we're just talking, just throw it in as variety and we're just looking at different things you do, cool. But I think you could say, okay, well, if we're looking at different things, let's break that down. Like you said, Banks, are you with the same girl each time? Did you go to Delirium 4 times? Like, you know what I mean? Did you show the beach? Did you show the barrios? Did you show this? Did you show that? So, and then were you with around different people? Like, I don't know. I think it could be broken down in sub, or it could be just thrown in. It depends on, you know, like I said.
That's what I'm saying. It could be thrown in under entertainment. That's the easiest way to do it. But it could be its own. The only thing is, if you're gonna make it its own thing, you need to have 4 or 5 bullets for the criteria of it.
All right,
because just showing up and doing something that ain't gonna get you too much.
No,
get you something, but not too much.
This for variety. I'll say.
Where do we add from here? If we said this is variety, what are you doing? Who are you with? Is this the norm for the space? Is this the norm for you? And where are you? I think would be all variety things. If you're in a location that nobody got no information on and nobody typically goes to, then that might help the overall variety score with you, just because you in a place that most people probably don't even go to.
He said if you have entertainment, variety doesn't matter. No, I disagree, because variety is what's going to keep you entertained. If you're watching the same thing over and over and over, you're going to get tired of that, and the entertainment factor is going to go down. So the more that you can keep me engaged by doing different things, therefore I'm more entertained. Does that make sense?
Valley is an example of somebody who I'd give a higher variety score to, going to Ecuador and something like that. But also, like, if you take variety for us, like, we do yacht parties all the time. However, our yacht parties don't look the same at all. Like, they're completely different. The New Year's Eve look completely different than the Carnival one, the way we did it. So and then we're doing other things on the trip. So we might get a lower variety score as far as the yacht parties, you know, being kind of repetitive, but that's going to always be a part of our trips for the most part. However, you know, what else are we doing? Are we doing them differently? Are they looking different? And then, like, you know, like I said, what else are we doing on the
if you're doing the same thing all the time, the here's the thing. Like, let's say you're doing fucking couch streams the whole trip. Like, you just bring girls in. You can sit on the couch. Okay, you get her to do a 360. Right? Okay, bring a bitch over and y'all play Twister or some shit. Like it's like y'all, your niggas be doing the same shit, and it's like, we gotta see what else can you do, right? Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say, but I think that variety, like Al said, you could be doing sometimes doing the same thing, or in the same location or whatever, but switch it up. So I think variety should have its own category, in my opinion. Yeah, but we can throw it in. It's you know what I mean. It would be up to y'all. You know what I mean. At the end of the day.
I mean again, somebody said this is y'all rating system. You tell us again. This is
for the people.
We just made some shit up. This is just something to talk about tonight and and go ahead with it. Like I said,
This way the content creator knows what people are somewhat taking. Everybody's gonna vary just a little bit, but you have a baseline of what a content creator, when you're giving them their feedback about their trip, this is the rubrics of kind of what I'm going off of. Now you can add to your stuff, but this is usually gonna be the foundation. If I catch you using anything else, you know what's gonna happen to you.
this one. He said same said early either the uniqueness, creativity counts. It depends on the type of content a person makes. Yeah. No, like I said, I like it. It definitely gives you something to try and aspire to, and at least like, hey man, you didn't do shit for variety, and we knew, you know what I mean? You knew you could have, you know what I mean?
I just think it's important that variety. Hey man, if you do something, yeah, it was different. You tried to do something different, but if that shit was whack, hey bro, your score don't go up just because you went.
Hey, we giving you a 1 for
Yeah.
variety. You did something different.
Just showing up and doing something different. If it don't hit, then your score ain't going to reflect, you know.
Yeah. Don't give us lazy content with, oh, I went to this place, but you gave it some half effort. Nah, we're not giving you a 5 for creativity because nobody goes there. Because because a lot of times you can spot when people go someplace just to say they went. You know what I mean? You can kind of spot it. So
yeah,
I like it. I like it. Now, this trip review system. Oh shit, I need to add. Let me take this one down because I got it in my Google Slides right now. Let me ask you a question. Mentuition. If Brazil New Year's trip, right? What would you say your entertainment score was on that trip?
The Brazil New Year's trip, what was our entertainment score?
What was the entertainment score that you would give?
I would say maybe, I'm not gonna give it a 5. I think that it was a little bit lower just because we had slightly lower than a 5 just because we had so much work to do. But I say probably 3.5 or 4.
Steve, what do you got?
I was gonna say 3.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was above average. I don't think it was our most entertaining. I think the yacht party was obviously the climactic part of it all, and it was super lit. But I felt like the overall trip and even leading up to the trip or to the New Year's party could have been more entertaining. But I definitely didn't think it was like boring or below average for sure.
Okay. Oh no,
Yeah.
that's fair. The reason why I asked that is because when me and Banks were on the phone earlier, we were trying to say, like, with entertainment, does one event, whatever that means, whatever that looks like, whether it's a house party from me or a yacht party from y'all, does one event that goes well, does that raise the overall score for entertainment of the entire trip to a 5? Does a high moment basically shut down everything, or does it have to be a high moment and a series of pretty good moments to get you to that 5? So that was the question. I think y'all, I was right about 4 with that with y'all. So same thing. I felt like at that time, like the yacht party was the peak, but I felt like for some of it, like, we didn't see, y'all definitely went to the restaurant after that with King 68. And I know it's hard to like capture lit, entertaining, sustained over a lot of days. So I was just wondering where you guys had that at, and I had you guys at a 4 at least. So,
Yeah,
so
I don't think one thing can give you a 5 unless that's all that you were trying to market. I guess like we're just going there for that, but we were there for 2 weeks. Week and a half. We had did some other lives too to lead up to that live, and even some lives afterwards. So I don't think
some of the stuff was on King's channel. Some of the stuff was on our channel.
Yeah, we were kind of making cameos in his stuff, and then we had Don doing dual streams with King, and then it was a lot going on. So I wouldn't say it was our most entertaining trip, but I think we definitely, we definitely brought something cool to the space. I think no one's really did a yacht party like on New Year's and like showed all that shit. So I think it was definitely a solid trip, like overall. But
Yeah,
it wasn't like crazy. Oh my god! Like I think we needed to have more of those moments in between to make it better.
So if you want to, would you guys give us a rating based upon these criterias of what score? Because I guess we got to change the rubric now that we have 30.
What do you give it based off of it?
Who?
You.
Give what?
Intuition.
So you want us to rate our own trip?
You rate, yeah. Let's or better yet,
Okay.
get a random person that wants to hit the link. And I'm not that big of a fan of a person rating their own trip because it's about what the people have to say. Let's hear what the people have to say.
I think it's about self-assessment.
And we've heard me rate a trip, Rello's trip. We've rated somebody else's trips. You've rated some trip. I want to hear what somebody in the chat got to say.
Oh, look, we'll rate our trip if Keith rates his trip. I don't mind rating.
Again, we were just we were just asking. Nobody has to rate, or everybody can rate. Maybe the chat can rate, man.
Here's the stipulation: Keith goes first, and depending on what he rates his trip, that'll what we rate our trip. Right? That'll change what we rate our overall trip, whatever Keith rates. I don't mind rating. I don't care. I'll rate it unless Al's like,
I'll rate it.
No, I mean, hey, I'll go either way. I don't care. I don't care either way, honestly.
Okay, look, no.
Hold on. I think we got to reassess the scores because we said 10 was trash. Now, if you got 30 points to work with, again, what is trash now?
And does some of these? I don't think that some of these categories apply to their trip. Like I'm not for that New Year's trip they did. I'm not really looking for information. I don't think that applies.
I mean, the only bad thing that I
variety,
would have to say,
variety. They told you what you was getting up front, a boat party. So why are you looking at a score, judging them on something? I'm judging you solely off what the purpose was. The purpose was to go out there, have a New Year's Eve party on a boat. I knew what I was getting up front. I can't be looking for something that you never promised me. They never sold it. They never sold it as we're going to be all over the place and we're going to be doing. No, the main event here is the boat party. Availability. How does that apply? They went live on the boat party like they were supposed to.
Then I think then you almost throw the whole system out because somebody say, "Hey, I'm going out there to smash one chick."
Because it wasn't really. I don't feel like their last trip was really a trip. It was more of a, hey, we're doing an event. You're rating an event. If we're talking about that boat party, that was the main thing that night. That was the highlight, and that was supposed to be the highlight. That was the purpose. So we're rating an event versus an entire trying to make it an entire trip.
Do you agree with that?
I think to some degree, yeah. I mean, we didn't. I'll say though, for the
only reason why I don't necessarily agree because, like y'all said, it was a 2-week trip.
Yeah, it was a 2-week trip. I didn't expect to see much from them anyways because they let you know up front. Hey, Steve is here working with 6'8". Mentuition outside the boat party was Mentuition's thing. Everything else was kind of, hey, we're out here with 6'8". If we can give you something, we'll give you something. But this is where our focus is at. So it's not fair to judge them on stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't really supposed to happen. The boat party, that's what they promoted. That's where all their effort was put. That's all eyes on Mentuition. Forget everybody else. So I would only judge them off of that boat party.
Yeah, no, we didn't market it as like we're gonna go live. And yeah, after the New Year's, we basically we're saying we're gonna basically be working with King for the rest of the trip. But if I was still rating it, because I would still say we just rating it from the time that he got there up until the trip. I think afterwards it's kind of like we were just really just, you know.
I'll say for information, like we basically brought him to Brazil. We handled his whole itinerary. We showed him the lay of the land, took him to the favelas, all that stuff.
But how does that benefit the viewer? That you did, that's great. You did that for him, but for the guy at home watching, did you give that information of what you did for him to them? That's how they're going to rate it.
Yeah, I think it's a little hard to rate this particular
Yeah,
trip.
no, I mean, what Banks said about the rating that trip does make sense for sure. All right. Does
All
your
right.
trip had a space talking, or does no one really? Like I
We
said,
talked about that.
we talked about like audience reception, but it was so hard to really say. You would have to rate it versus their normal viewers, not necessarily versus somebody else's viewers.
Should you get a 5 if everybody's talking about it for all the wrong reasons? We could all be making jokes and going lives and doing all this stuff talking about how bad your trip was. Should you get a 5 for impact? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think that's. So are we
Well,
saying?
where's impact though? Because I think that's another word that should be on one of these categories. Impact, or does that not matter?
We were trying to, like I said, I was trying to see how we could put that on there, but like Banks said that, like, do you give credit to impact if it's for the wrong reasons? Like,
Because it could be a
how
trash
do you do
trip,
that?
but if something really crazy, one really crazy bad thing happened, of course the whole space is going to be talking about it. It doesn't mean that it was a good trip. It just means you did something stupid on the trip. Yeah, you
Pop,
got everybody talking, but for all the wrong reasons.
What about
Pop said, "Do me or I'll come do it." Pause. Go ahead. What you saying, Al?
What about positive impact?
It's possible.
That I get, yeah, it could be possible, but then they're gonna say if you're doing positive, then why the negative? The impact is impact. That's what I can hear the argument being.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, yeah,
And then
don't
too,
know.
like we said, would y'all agree? Just because maybe nobody watches, okay, let's take Mentuition for example. We'll use them for example. We know YouTube ain't their friend. They get shadow banned, all this other stuff. Do we degrade if you went out there and you had a great trip? Do I degrade your trip just because maybe not a lot of people saw it? Does that take away from your trip just because nobody saw it? It could still be a great trip. It's like an album. This album might not go platinum, but it's a great. How many great hip hop albums didn't sell? But that doesn't take away from the greatness of the album, does it?
No, absolutely not. I mean, yeah, no, not at all.
And that's why I think that because at that point, I'm telling y'all, all people would do would look at the numbers. And that's part of the rating system. I want you to ignore the numbers, ignore the views, ignore all of that. Was it good? Look at the art of it, what it is. Is it good or not? Just because something gets a bunch of views doesn't make it good. And that jades people's judgment because they can see that damn number.
No, I agree.
I agree to that wholeheartedly too. Wholeheartedly. So I mean, hey, shit, if we got these 6 for right now, shit, we got these 6. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty good. I think with all the things considered, I think I'll definitely be thinking of all these things as my next trip approaches. Production, all the other stuff, entertainment, availability. What do you think the easiest one on this list is? What do y'all say? What is the easiest one? What is the hardest one on this scale? What's the hardest category to like do or make sure it goes right?
Information.
The hardest is information.
Yeah.
I mean, I think. Would you say the hardest or the easiest? Excuse me.
I would say the hardest. I think the hardest is probably entertainment. I think
the hardest is entertainment, and to some degree, I don't think people understand the production value is really hard to pull off. You got to know what you're doing, and you got to have the equipment.
True.
Yeah, I think the easiest is either availability, because I mean you're there, just turn on your fucking camera and shoot.
Hey, remember we said availability ain't just.
You got to be showing something of value when you cut that camera on. You can't just cut it. Oh, I cut it on all day. I get a 5. Hell no. Nah.
I still think this is the easiest.
Yeah, that's probably
available. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
people moving around, and I mean, if you in the crib the whole time, then I don't know why you went on your trip. You should have your phone or some sort of camera with you. You know, find a Wi-Fi wherever you are. Turn the shit on, and you know what I mean, show people some shit and talk. So I feel like that one is the easiest one. The hardest one, yeah, probably entertainment and production value for sure.
A production value, man. Your entertainment don't matter if the screen is black. If you can't get your shit working, who cares? If we don't get to see how entertaining you are.
That's a fact.
Yeah. I mean, it took us a while to really, from going to Brazil a couple years ago till now, it's been a roller coaster. But I think we finally got it to where we're not cutting out on the BRB all the time. I think these last couple trips have been pretty solid. Like people aren't like, oh, what happened? Like it's been pretty good. Everyone's been able to see and hear, and it's not lagging. So I think we definitely improved on that for sure.
All right, okay, I'm with it. Hey man, shit. Let me see if I can drop the link. Anybody else got anything else for mental issue? I know y'all said y'all only had a couple minutes to
yeah, we about to roll out. We appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all. Like I said, just giving some input on these categories. Appreciate it. Y'all got any last words for the chat?
No, some last words for you though. Are you gonna rate your trip, Keith? I feel like we kind of
all right, okay, all right, let's do it. Hey, let's do it.
We would have rated ours, like we not, you know what I mean?
No, no problem. I'm gonna go production value. I'll give it between a 3.5 and a 4, man. Production value. I think
Hold on, let me write that down. 3.5.
Or 4. I feel like our connection was pretty good throughout it. Restaurant, all the different places that we made sure we had the Wi-Fi. We had different thumbnails for everything. You know, we did cartoons for like the barrio before it even happened. We didn't just, give you whatever screenshot YouTube allows. We actually went out and put some thought into, the just landed screen had the street team with the dollars in it. Maybe people don't pay attention to that shit, but the street team had the dollars in it because we had just done the Fundy. I would say the production value wasn't grainy. You could see it when we were in the Airbnb. It was clear. When I was at the restaurant, it was pretty clear. When we were out in the streets, it was pretty decent. I would say maybe 3.5, 4 for production. I would say. What does the chat say? How about that? What does the chat say for production too? I'm gonna give myself a 4.
I agree. I think a 4 is fair.
But what I'll say is, I think that your production value was higher than Pop's. Hey, we're doing my trip right now. Yeah. Right? Don't use Pop to throw. I mean, it was a joint trip, but Pop's connection was pretty good. But sometimes he did go vertical. So is that what you about to say? Well, Bob had the thumb in the camera though. That's the only thing. But I think he made up for. I think his entertainment was higher. I would score his entertainment higher than yours, slightly. But I think that I think a 3.5 or a 4 is fair. Okay, all right. So we're gonna rate my trip, and then Pop's here. He can rate his portion of the trip, and then or give whatever score he had. Entertainment. That's a tough one. Entertainment, man.
How entertaining do you think you were on your trip?
Hey, yo,
that's basically the question.
I think because people saw so many moments, I guess I don't know. I would say maybe 3.5 too, man. People found it entertainment. They watched it. They wanted to watch. You know what I mean? Do another one. People donated a lot while I was on the screen, whether I was eating burgers or whether I had a chick, whether I was wearing a small shirt or I was running around saying something crazy. Like people watched in the barrio. I would say maybe 3.5. I may not be the most entertaining. That's cool. So I would say 3.5, but I'll take a 3 too, or I'll take below. What do y'all say? How about that?
Within that entertainment score, though, Keith, you're dancing. Just solo out the dancing. What do you give yourself 1 through 5 when you were dancing with that chica? That's all I want to know, and then we can move on. I
give it a 3.5, man.
Oh, you can't. He's giving all 3.5s, bro.
Give it a 3. I don't know what you want me to say. Hey, give me the entertainment score for my trip.
You was a solid 3.5.
Oh, I gave it a 3.5 too. So
3.5 is fair.
Where we at?
Right. So we got a 3.
So Steve, give me your score because we need to be clear on what we looking at.
I think it was. I agree with. I think it was a 4 for the production value, and then the entertainment. I think was. I actually give it a little higher. I was gonna give it a 4. I thought
you go with a 4. Then it's obvious. We put chicks on the screen. No, I'm playing.
I think you did. I think you had. I mean, well, I guess, yeah, I think you had a good variety of girls, and
I'm gonna say
danced.
3.5.
So
He said
3.5 is fair.
3.5 is fair. I'm with it.
Okay.
All right, okay. All right. So now we back to availability. I give it a 5. We were available all day, every day, damn near.
I agree.
I
think
give it a 5. And every chance we get it.
They were live multiple times a day.
I'm giving it a 4.5.
I give it a 4.
Hey, Steve want to be tough when he
A
scores.
4 is a 4. You said what'd you say, Keith?
I said I give it a 5. We were available.
You said 5. I say 4. Al, what you say?
I agree with Keith on the 5 on this
5.
one.
What you say, Steve?
I say 4.5. I think that there were certain times where Keith could have went live or stayed live longer, and he kind of cut the. There was a mini
That's
time.
why I said 4.
Yeah, that's true.
Someone said 3 quick ass streams. There was some streams where I think Keith just, I don't know. I don't even think it was a connection issue. I just think maybe, I mean, Keith, you would have to answer that. Was it a connection issue, or you just decided like, I'm just going to go live later and I'm going to just give y'all something real quick? I felt like you could have just skipped those and just gave us the, you know what I mean, the longer lives.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest. At certain points, like, you know, at certain points, let's say I'm with the chicks and I'm there. I'm just to eat, show something real quick. Like, let's just eat and really try to have a normal time and like finish up, you know what I mean? Whatever. So I'm getting off live. And then other times it was like, okay, well, Pop's about to go live. And I know some people say it like, no matter whether Pop goes live or not, I should stay live. I don't necessarily agree with that. But the example they gave is like when Phantom is live and Kai's live, they all live at the same time. And it don't matter. I don't like that. I don't want both of us walking down the street with cameras like this at each pass. I'd rather let Pop stream and then I chill, and then Pop let me stream and then I chill. But it's some people in the chat like, no, they sent all that money. You need to be streaming every second you can. I don't necessarily agree with that. How do y'all feel about that?
I don't think you have to stream every second that you can.
You're about to
I
talk
think you have to
yourself down
stream
to
a lot.
3.5.
I think it's at least a 4. I say a 4.
And not to mention that too, sometimes like when you are streaming, you're not getting as much video footage too. Like Rob just said. Like,
was it because it's Medi and it's like you gotta keep a eye out, like it's kind of dangerous, like you're in the Marios with your phone? Was it that, or was it
no, because it was certain times where, like I said, like it's certain, like for example, pool party is a perfect example. I was so focused on live streaming, I didn't get a lot of footage from inside the pool party, right? So I was trying to be cognizant of, okay, y'all seen a chick, y'all see we about to get to eat, you see the food. Now let me put the camera down and let me get a different angle with the pocket or whatever. And a lot of times, you know, keeping it real, I was streaming in 720 just to make sure the connection was steady. Where if I put a video up and it's 720, what the fuck is this cloudy, grainy shit? You know what I mean? So I had to switch off to be like, all right, I'm gonna take some pocket video of the chicks, and then I'm also going, you know, stream at 720. So it was a little bit of that, and I guess you got to work out the kinks. So I'm cool with whatever. Y'all want to say 4 for availability because the streams were so short? I'm cool with it.
Sounded like you cameraman for that Thailand trip.
Hey, come through. What are we landing on? I'll
say 4.5. I'll say 4.5.
Okay. Information is where me and Banks had a problem with. Information.
I think it's to be determined, isn't it? Because you still got to put out the guides. And
I would say even outside of the guides, I would say because I was streaming and because we were streaming and because we were showing stuff that people want to see, I go 4 on that too. Like we live streamed 4 different Airbnbs in that time that I was on my trip, giving people options, and it's obvious that the information was there because people was asking, yo, what's the link for that? So that's information.
4 Airbnbs doesn't constitute a fucking 4.
4 Airbnbs. Going to La Isla. We showed y'all not to get scammed. I mean,
you went to La Isla. I would give you something for variety because that's out of the normal for you, and most guys don't do that. But what information did you give about La Isla?
pricing. Pricing and
That's what I'm saying.
Pricing is the most important thing.
The bear, but that don't constitute a damn 4, man.
Yo, if where to stay and what is looking like out there isn't information, I don't know what
that little bit of information is cool, but you ain't getting no damn 4 for that little bit of information, man. Stop it. Stop it.
What would be a 4 or 5 on a live stream?
I don't know what a 4 or 5 might be in that information, but what you talking about ain't it.
The important thing to these trips is where to stay and is it lit?
Where to stay, is it lit? The most basic of basic does not get you doing the basic, the bare minimum does not get you a 4.
The bare minimum would be going to one Airbnb, staying the whole trip, and not even telling you where the Airbnb was. Give you an example. No offense. Hey, where did Al and Steve stay in Brazil?
I don't know.
Okay.
They don't put that out. Their information score ain't high. They know that.
I'm saying I'll show you where I'm staying. We showed you where I'm staying. We walked you to Pop's Airbnb. We gave you some options. I say information. I'm giving it a 4. Apparently, you're giving it a 3 or whatever.
I'm not giving it a 3. You at a 2.5.
Nah, hell no.
Yes.
Hey, any last words, Banks?
Hey, click on the next one, Banks.
This trip was not your info, but I wasn't expecting information for this trip.
Mentuition, what do you got for information? We'll go with.
I say to be determined as far as
that's fair.
It's 4.
I
don't know. What the chat? Hey,
I say that
where to stay and chick friendly is the most important info. I agree with that wholeheartedly. If
you've given that to us in Medellin 50,000 times.
Hey, I gave you. Hey, I'm gonna give you an example of variety too. I've never stayed in an Airbnb on any Colombia trip until this trip. Never. When they come to Colombia, I always say hotels or nothing else. This was the first time I've ever stayed in an Airbnb in Colombia, and I stayed in 4 of them. So take from that what you will. It is what it is. Because most people ask me, yo, what Airbnb should I stay in Colombia? I don't know, because I don't stay in Airbnbs in Colombia. So either way, how we feel, I'm going lowest a 3. I'm not even listening to Banks. I'm giving it a 3 for myself.
You're a 2.5, and I want you to live with that.
All right, that's cool. We'll work on it next time, man. Chicks, I'm gonna give it. Do we have any 6s? No, I'm saying I'm gonna give it a 3. I'll give it a 3, 3 or 3.5, maybe even leaning towards 3 because they look good, but I couldn't speak to them. It's kind of awkward in moments, so I'll give it a 3.5, maybe at best. Because they did, I think all of them look pretty good. We normally don't do live streams with chicks, and we gave you some variety. It wasn't just one chick type, and so I would give it a 3.5 for going out there, no Tinder. Just whatever you can see on the street, giving you a view of what you could find on a normal day if you go to the same places. Nothing fancy. So I would say 3.5. I don't know, 3 maybe. Whatever. What do you say, Mentuition? What do you got?
I think a 3.5 is fair. You guys had we're rating you. I think that you had a bunch of different dates. A bunch of different chicks. It wasn't the same one. Y'all were out doing stuff.
Let's look at chicks. We lose points for vibe, but we actually did something each time or whatever, whether it's going out eating so you can see the restaurant too. It wasn't just come back to the Airbnb. Obviously, y'all know I got a girl, so it ain't gonna be twerking in the pool, which would be great. But it ain't but so much you can do with chicks anyway. It's either couch live, sitting, anything that gets to be too sexual, you're in trouble. But
I think you put a decent amount of good-looking chicks on the screen.
It was above average.
Yeah,
I say
it
definitely
3.5.
wasn't. Someone said 2.5. I think it was above
I've seen
average.
some 2.5 with chicks, and that's some raggedy ass chicks right there.
You get a 3.5.
Yeah,
All right, I'll take that. Variety. What are we saying for variety? What would I give myself variety? We went to the same place that we normally go to, so that you got to take some score off of that. You know what I mean? We had been to Cartagena, we had been to Medellin. We didn't really stream it before, but we had been. What are you doing? I went to CTG Medi. That's some of the most basic places. Who are you with? Pob. We had been with Pob before. Is this the norm for the space? I don't know if it's the norm for the space. Maybe. Is this the norm for you? I was completely out of my norm when it came to live streaming and stuff like that. So no, where are you? Like I said, there's a basic place. Creativity. I would go 3.5 for that too, because we did go to the Barrio. We did go to La Isla. Obviously, didn't really get a chance to see it. We did go to Laurelis. We don't normally go to Laurelis. Yeah, I would say 3.5 maybe for variety, because we went to 2 cities in that amount of time and stayed live. Went to the Barrio, like I said. Maybe 3.5 at best, probably. We probably could have did a lot more. I don't know what we would have done, but we could have did a little bit more with our trip for sure.
I say a 4 on variety, just because y'all did a bunch of different stuff. This was probably the most I've seen you out the box, out your element. You live streamed, which I wasn't really expecting much from that, with Social Loner helping you with that. But you had the all your ads on the screen. It looked good. The production value was high on that, but you did a bunch of different things. Y'all were in Cartagena, y'all were at the beach, y'all were, on dates. Doing your dance.
Every time I turned on the camera, there was something different.
Yeah.
And or the live, I felt like it wasn't the same shit.
All right, so what's the score? Is that 3.5 or 4? Where are we landing at?
I'm gonna say 4.
Okay, all right, 4. So if that's a 4, that's a total score of 22 out of 30. Not bad. Not bad.
What's 22 divided by 30? What's that? Somebody do the math real quick. What is that, like a 80 something?
Your score was a 22?
Yeah, I got a 22 on that out of 30.
That's 73%. So it's like a C plus.
Hey man. Hey, sometimes some trips might be a C.
I mean, that's 22 is good though. I think that's a good trip.
I mean,
I think that's above average.
Yeah, it is. Way above it.
We said half. We said half of the 25. What are we saying out of 30 is a trash trip?
Out of 30,
under 15.
15 is probably
under 15.
Yeah.
Anything under 15.
Yeah, if you go to
delete your channel.
Under.
I think 20 above 20 is. I mean, obviously anything above 25, I think is good, like really good. But I think above 20 is a good, like decent to good trip. It's not a trash trip. You can't say it's trash.
So anything below 15 is trash. Okay. He said
so. Well, I think it go. If it's below 15, it's trash. If it's between 15 and 20, it's kind of average. If it's between 20 and 25, it's good. And if it's 25 to 30, then obviously
it's great.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I mean, I think that's fair. All right. All right, Pop, do you want to rate your side of the trip real quick?
Oh, this easy. No phone no. This easy. Production 4, entertainment 5, availability 5, information I say 3.
Hold on, you going too fast. You going too fast.
Oh, hey, cause this shit easy, guys.
Hey, all right, production value, you gave it a what?
4. Like a 4, 4.5, especially that beach live. That was my most crispy live. That AT&T, thank you. They need to sponsor me.
Steve,
but
what are you giving it for production value on this category?
I mean, I think the beach live was a crispy live. I think that Pob had some other lives where the quality wasn't as good because it was vertical, or that like the angle or his finger was in like the camera.
That was my biggest thing, was the finger was in the camera. And I think you can still do horror, even if you don't have like the IRL setup, like the way Steve has it, you could still do it horizontally.
Yeah. But he could, I think even when the one where he was doing the vertical, I thought it was good, but then he had the angle wrong. He switched. It was one with a girl. He had it. It was a good live, but he didn't have it on her right away. And I don't know if that was on purpose. I don't remember which girl it was. I have to look it up. But then he ended up turning it on her. Like eventually, I had to kind of like skip up. But
Oh, you talking about Diana? Look,
yeah, I
But-
wouldn't.
but-
I would give it a. What'd you say, Keith?
No, go ahead. I didn't know.
Nah,
you
I would say I would give it. I mean, I would give it like a. I'll give it like a 3. I wouldn't give it a 4.5. I wouldn't give it a 4.5, but I don't think it was. I don't think it was ass. And I think the beach stream was the clearest one or the best one as far as quality goes, in my opinion. But
Banks, what are you giving production value?
I give it a 4, maybe 3.5, 4.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we going with a 4. All right, next. Like I said, next entertainment
Hold on,
5.
slow down. You got a lot of time on the panel, brother. I think personally, Paul's my boy. I got to give you a 3.5 on that. And I think the biggest reason why I give you a 3.5 is that in the future is that we got to get faster on updating the thumbnails for the lives. Like I think that's the main thing, because during a trip, if you can't find which live you want to go to, I think that's very hard to on the viewer to try to find. If you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, for example, like these are, let me take the live down. These are the lives right here. Like a bunch of them ended up with the standard thumbnail where if you're looking for, where that part where Paul was with that chick, you might can't find it. So that's the only reason why, like production value wise. And again, as you can see, I watched all of them, trying to find more. But pretty good. AT&T was booming. So I went 3.5 on that, but above average production. Like I said, I was very happy with what you did on there and like giving it a shot. We're trying to make sure everything looked right. But I think as the trip goes on and like if we're on trips together or you're on trips by yourself, updating those thumbnails to make sure people can find it to rewatch it is clutch, I think.
We got AT&T too. So, yeah.
Okay. Shit, AT&T is the way.
Yeah.
All right, entertainment. What you giving us for entertainment, Pop?
That's a 5. That's easy. That is a 5, folks. That's easy. That's easy. Come on.
Banks, what are you giving us for entertainment?
3.5, 3.5.
Mentuition, where you go for entertainment?
I'm gonna give him a 4 personally.
So me and Keith tied.
Yo, it don't have nothing to do with me, bro.
I'm just saying, folks. It just be crazy. Cause in one sentence, niggas say one sentence. Paul was an inch above Keith, and then it's the same score. It don't make sense, gang.
Hey,
I forgot I gave Keith a 4, so I gotta
no. We ended on Keith having a 3.5.
yeah, I gave 3.5.
You got 3.5 on entertainment, Keith.
0.5 more.
We'll give Paul before for entertainment.
Well, that shit was a 4. It's just, oh my god.
I was a 5.
You can go through each live.
What was a 5?
I personally gave Keith a 3.5 on his
entertainment.
Yeah.
I
I think a 3.5 on Keith and Pop entertainment is fair.
I think
I give Pop higher.
But you cut. This shit is blasphemy.
We
Why
gave
would
you
give yourself higher?
This shit is just crazy, gang. Because folks,
Why would you give yourself higher?
what you mean? Why would get let the chat be the judge. You can do a poll. You can do a poll right now.
Damn,
folks.
Bob come up here and we got the fucking.
You can do a chat, cuz gang. It's just I just be feeling like I'm undermined and I'm being played with, folks. Every time,
I'm
gang.
asking you a simple question. Why do you think? What did you do that you think you deserved a 5?
What did I do that I'm just a naturally funny person and shit. I bring into my entertainment value is just it's always there, folks. Everybody was tuned in.
So you think I was sitting on the edge of my seat?
Just because you wasn't don't mean other people.
Watching you get your hair braided for 3 hours. That was entertaining.
Yeah, niggas. No. Wait, oh my god, niggas was in the fucking chat going crazy about that, folks. But I say if niggas saying my Thailand trip was a entertainment value was a 5, I say my shit was just an inch down below my Thailand trip. So like a 4.5.
Yeah,
I
we
gave it a
you a
4.
What did
Mental
y'all
issue
think of
gave you a
y'all
4.
bar? What do y'all rate y'all's Barrio Live?
The Barrio Live, that was probably
Yeah.
like a.
What was where's the stand? What should I remember about that Barrio Live?
that was one of
I'll
the
tell you not a goddamn thing.
on the hill.
I thought it was something different, and
It
I
was
thought it
something
was,
different.
and it was
Yes.
suspenseful, because you didn't
That
know
was
what.
only one live out of the whole trip. Watch
We're on
all the
live
other
number 2.
lives,
I just
gang.
told you. Hold on, I'm breaking it down. I just told you. Watching you get your hair braided, not entertaining. The
That's
Barrio
2
Live.
lives.
It was. Let me finish. It was decent, but it ain't 5 worthy quality because nothing really happened and there's no memorable moments. There's no reason for me to ever go back and watch that live again. We have to be honest here. Do you think that I was sitting on the edge of my seat just because you cut the camera on and I watched you eat a fruit bowl for 2 hours?
I wasn't only watching a fruit eat on a fruit bowl for 2
I've
hours.
given you
I
3
can say
lives, but
that.
I'm not done. How
He's a fucking
entertaining do you think that your Hollywood Beach live was?
That was a
5.
very
That was
entertaining
a 5.
live.
So
5,
that's a
easy.
5.
5. So out of all the lives we've
That was a
just
5.
named, one of them gets a 5. That does not constitute
The other
entire
live when I was
5 for
with
the
the
whole
girl, that
trip.
was a 5, easy.
Which one was a 5?
The one with at the restaurant, that was a 5, easy.
It was
The one
cool,
I
but
was
I don't know
outside, the
about a
one outside when I
5.
was outside with Keith and shit like that, that was a 5, easy.
I think you being a little loose with the 5. You just giving a 5 for some stuff that's cool, but it ain't, a 5 is hard to get, man.
Hey, listen, Banks. Just because everybody is different. Everybody don't think Jordan is the best game, and that's okay,
But
folks.
it's obvious that you're not taking other things that you're just like, hey, they said that when you say when you tell me something is a 5, you need substantiating evidence to back it up, and you're not providing that. When I tell you it's a 3 or a 4, I give you reasons why. I don't just say, hey, this wasn't a 4. When I tell you, when you said the braiding the hair, they liked it. You tell me right now what was so entertaining about it that it constitutes a 5. Not a 4, not a 3. You said a fucking 5.
Look, listen.
Pop, just for the record, I was arguing with him 2 hours before the fucking live stream about these categories.
Because it's crazy. Because Banks will say the same shit, and it was
I
pointless
didn't give
lies
Keith
that
no high
Rello. No, it
scores
was
neither.
pointless lies that Rello did, and you gave him a 5 for entertainment game. It was a live where he was just on the couch the whole time, black screen. It
That's
don't make
one
sense,
live. That's
bro.
I'll
It
one
say
just
this.
don't
live.
make sense. That shit don't make sense, gang. It
I'll
don't.
say
That's
this.
one
I'll say
live.
this. I'll say this.
That wasn't just one live. So if Rello available the whole time and he doing
Did
multiple
we just
lives on
hold
top
on,
of
Pop?
multiple lives,
Did we not just give Pop? Did we not just sit up here and give Rello a low rating for the Punta Cana
for the
entertainment?
Punta Cana, I'm
For the
saying it's other
Kenya one.
trips.
For the
It's other
Kenya one.
it's other trips that he was on and shit like that. That he did multiple lives where he wasn't doing shit. He was just on the
We only
couch and shit like
graded
that,
2
black
lives. So
screen.
how you know what I gave them other lives? We only
Because
graded 2
we
lives.
had other score standards as far as the hottest in the space, and you gave all right, folks. Okay,
Pop.
yeah, I settle with a 4. It don't
Look,
matter.
look. Hold
A
on.
4.5.
Respectfully, Pop. If it was a 5, that would mean every live stream you did was a 5. So you
No,
basically said,
hold on. Now that doesn't mean
That's not true.
Nah,
I
that don't
mean
that.
they all like 4.5s or 5, like they were all like, I said a 4. I think it was a 4. I think it was entertaining. I think he, you know what I'm saying, he definitely had a lot of energy in the live.
I'm giving Pop a 5, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm giving it a 5. Pop was entertaining, and it's gonna be very hard to be available a lot. And every time you turn the camera on, something crazy over the moon is happening. And I don't want people to think that, man, don't go live until something amazing is happening. And this live might not be the best. I think Pop showed you every little piece. He showed you some danger. He's turned up. His personality is, you gonna see him, you gonna feel him on the beach. He did some shit with chicks. Just overall, his vibe and Lorella's, he was turned up. Overall, his vibe and entertainment value to me, I think Pop is very entertaining. So I'm gonna go with 5 for Pop for entertaining. I understand, like, it may not be edge of the seat, may not be comedic enough, but I
Then
say
it ain't a
like,
fucking 5.
So Key says 5.
What are you
Banks
talking
says
about? It
3.
has to be those things. You're devaluing a 5. You're moving the fucking goalpost right now for Pob. And Pob is my guy, but you're moving the goalpost. You're making all of these excuses. Well, it doesn't have to be. No, yes, it does. Or it's not a 5. Just accept that. A 5 is not easy to get, and you up here giving them away like candy.
Okay, we'll settle for a 4.5. Next one. Come on. We on the road. 4.5. It's cool, Banks. You want the 0.5 away for the nigga breaking my health? Fuck it. We'll go with that. Oh, bro, the nigga breaking my
Am I
health.
right,
Fuck it.
Chad?
We'll
They
go with
just be
that.
handing shit out. Like, here's a 5. No, a 5 is that's like a 10 in the Olympics. How many gymnastics girls do great routines? Do you know how hard it is to get a 10? There's only like 2 or 3 in history. And y'all just up here giving away the top score. It don't mean nothing if you just gonna give it away for anything. And then you turn around and say, I know it wasn't. Once you said that, your whole argument went out the window. Ain't no damn 5.
So what would you be happy with, Banks? 4 point. The chat.
Even if I say a 3.5, if you say a 4, we're not gonna argue over a 0.5. 4 is cool.
So the chat is saying Pablo Entertainment on this trip. 50% said 3.5, 37% said 4, 2% said 4.5, and 11% said 5. So the chat has it between 3.5 and 4 from the chat.
And what did I say? 3.5. Y'all treat me like I'm fucking crazy. I know what the hell I be talking about.
We gave it a 4, so we right on spot. We right on target with it.
All right, so we giving Pablo.
No, everybody say Banks, you were right. I want to hear it. Nah, fuck.
Hey, Chad, vote up real quick so we can get the numbers in the building. So once we final out, we're gonna move on. But Chad, vote up so we can get a clear picture on entertainment. Please. Availability. How available would y'all say Pop was on this trip? How available would y'all say? Please vote up in the chat too on that entertainment score, because that seemed to be the one that we're gonna come back to. Availability. What are you giving Pop for availability?
Who's going first? Pop?
Oh yeah, Pop got to rate himself first, and then we counter that or whatever, or we agree.
I say, available. Let me see how many lives I had.
Okay, if he don't know, Mintuition go and come back to Pop.
I had 14 lives and I was there for like nine days. So I say shit, that's 4.5. 4 them. 4.5 or a 5. Easy. 4 them. That's easy. 14 lives? That's a 5, nigga.
But again, it's not just about the quantity. Just
oh my god, this nigga is the level
we broken this down. Where
this
were you
nigga
at?
is.
Am I lying?
I'm coming back.
No. Because see, I say I'm going off the rubric, and now it's Banks, you being difficult. No, this is what we discussed.
How often are you alive? I got 14
It's not
lives.
about just often. It's not about
I'm reading
just
the questions.
often.
Calm down. I'm reading the questions down. Oh, damn. Relax, Banks. I got you.
So I'll give Pop. I'm somewhere between a 4 and a 5 for Pop because I don't feel like we missed anything. At every pass, whether it's checking into the Airbnb, whether it's a zesty dude braiding his hair, whether he's at the beach, whether he got 2 chicks with him, 1 chick with him, Lorella's, the park, Keith's getting scammed. We didn't miss any parts of the trip, I feel like, with Pop. So that's at least a 4 or a 5 in my opinion.
5.
Like we didn't miss anything. It's no part of the trip where I feel like whether he jumped in my stream or he was on his own stream, we saw the whole trip, I think, outside of outside of some wild shit. We saw the whole trip. So it got to be a 4 or 5. Mintuition, what do you say?
4.5, 4.5.
Let me see.
That's what I'm saying.
So what's a 5 then, Banks? If we talking about availability, what's a 5 then, gang?
A 5 would be you're going live consistently, and every time you cut that camera on, it's top tier. Every time. If you
nigga, that is quality. That's production. What?
No,
that's production.
We're talking about are you actually showing something? I.e., is it outside? Because if we just leave the criteria as how many times did you go live? You giving motherfuckers a 5 just for cutting the damn camera.
But wouldn't that be variety though? That's variety. Has the variety in a question then? If we showing different shit.
Hold on, Keith. Mentuition. Is this not what we discussed earlier?
It is what we discussed earlier.
Thank you.
But wouldn't that fit in the same category as variety though?
Now,
wouldn't that fit in the same?
I'm gonna give him a 5 on availability just because he was. I agree with 14 lives, and then how many days were you there, Pop?
I was there 9 days.
14 lives, 9 days, going live more than one time a day, showing different things. He is
all in Keith's lives and shit.
In Keith's lives, not just sitting on the couch. He wasn't missing. I'm gonna give him a 5 on that.
I said 4.5 on mine.
Posting reels and shit. Come on, folks, y'all.
Yeah.
I said 4.5.
I'm gonna give him a 5. So, Keith.
So you say 5. What does Steve say?
I said 4.5.
Okay, I can agree with Steve. 4.5. What you say, Rello? I mean, not Rello. My bad, Pop. I'll never do that.
So you were right the first time. What's up, Rello?
So according to my lives, I mean, again, y'all gave me a 4, which I'm cool with. I went live 15 times in 6 days.
Damn. So how do we give Pop?
I'm gonna be honest. I think this may be a flaw because if you're saying that you're looking at the number of lives, but we're also incorporating things that kind of fall under the entertainment thing. Because, like we said, just cutting the camera on, that don't automatically give you a 5. It gotta be some sub.
I give Pop a higher score than Keith on this because Pop's lives are all. You got 47 minutes. You got 2 hours. You got 2 hours and 30 minutes. You got a 50-minute one. You got 27 minutes. They were longer lives.
I think Pop was in more of Keith's lives.
He was in Keith's lives
Keith
too.
Was in Pop's lives.
And I was in his live too. So like I feel like
more of yours.
The reason I would say Pop gets a little bit higher score than you, I just feel like his lives had a little more substance. That's it.
I don't necessarily agree, but that's my guy. So I'm rolling with it because I can remember a certain part of the trip. Banks was saying Pop gotta go live.
Like, there was.
So
that was the second. I was there. I wasn't there 24 hours.
He was a slow starter, but once he got going, he was a slow starter. But once he got going,
like so. Again, it's all good. Yo, shout out to Pop. Give him whatever score. You gave me a 4 for available. What we giving Pop for availability?
I'm giving him a 5. Steve said 4.5.
The chat saying 5. The chat saying 5, gang. I ain't gonna lie. The chat saying 5.
Remember this though, Pop. When they give you a low score, I want you to call that out too. Don't only rely on the chat when they give you a high score.
I called it out for the folk for entertainment, even though I don't know how, but okay.
Shout out to Pop,
I gotta crash out next time, I guess.
Come on, Pop.
I guess. Well, yeah.
Availability, we give Pop a 5. Shout out to Pop, man.
What's the next category? Chicks?
Information.
Don't worry, we get the chicks. I'm gonna fix your ass. Go ahead.
3.5.
3.5 for information.
3.54. And it's because every live that I'm on, I always get information. Every live. There's no live that niggas can click on right now while I'm not giving information on. Besides the live with the 2 girls and shit like that, where it was like 5 minutes or 4 minutes. But every live I'm giving information, and that's
what
a fact.
pertinent information did you give out?
So I'm giving a 3 for info. So where do we go with this?
I'm giving information for
that's how
the excursion prices, places to stay, what's happening in immigration, what's going on in the city right now. I stay giving information.
Oh, I'm just asking because I just want you to be able, whatever you score, as long as you can have your talking points to back up what you're saying, then A.
So yeah, like a 3.5, that's easy.
I thought my score was low on info because Banks said none of that counted. But
vegan eats, I'm telling niggas what to eat. Niggas don't do that shit in the space game. Come on, folks.
I know they're not vegans.
Niggas ain't telling you what to get their hair done at with the little fruity nigga and shit gang. Niggas ain't doing that, folks. Come on.
Hey, Steve, what are you saying for info, man?
I gotta give that a lower score. In my opinion, I think it was like 2 2.5, like average. I don't know. Like maybe I needed to watch more of Pop's lives entirely, but from what I've seen a lot of them, I just didn't see or hear information. Like I don't know. I think it's about a maybe at max a 3, but definitely not a 3.5 or 4. So I would go at 2.5. That was where I rest that on mine.
Banks, what are you saying, Banks?
I'll say a 3. 3, 2.5. I kind of agree with Steve. 3, 2.5, somewhere in there. He said 2.5. I say 3.
Give Pop a 5 for them lives. That's how I was tracking you. Hey, that's crazy for availability.
Look, 3.5. He said 3.5. He was telling people about health and foods to eat. I'm always giving value.
Amari, hey, look at Amari. Vegan eats and the dust points. That's crazy.
Lorella's gang. Come on, folks. That's something niggas don't go to Lorella's gang.
Facts.
That's a major bump up, gang. Niggas don't go to Lorella's, folks.
All right, what do we settle that on this one, just so we can write this down and move on?
Steve said 2.5. We're on information, right?
Yeah.
Steve said 2.5. I said 3. What did you say, Keith?
I didn't have a score because I don't know how to rank.
What did Al say?
I'm gonna say 2.5. Did y'all go to any clubs in Lorella's?
Yes.
Yeah, we went to a club.
Which one?
I mean, there's your answer right there.
Yeah.
You don't remember.
Just because a person don't remember, like you said, a nigga can't be tuning into the certain live don't mean that it wasn't value added. So come on, next one. That's
Who
a
in the chat
3.5.
remembers what club they went to? I remember y'all was standing in a line and then y'all decided to get out of line.
That was another live.
So where's the live that y'all went to the club?
I had deleted that one.
So how to continue on?
Hey man, you crazy.
He said he was answering questions from the chat. I'm always answering questions. That's not, bro. That shit not fair, gang. That shit is not fair, gang. That shit is not fair, gang.
Information, man.
That shit is not fair, folks.
Information, man. They slacking on the information because maybe they don't need it. But I'm like, yo, how much information you want us to give you? We gave you all the clubs. We gave you the park. I gave you
it's a hard one. It's a hard
all I tell you, all I gotta tell a nigga is condom and the price, and that's all, folks. Bro, the hell, that's all, gang. Watch out for scope. All right, folks. All right.
Information, man. What
Alan Steve get for information?
They said a 2.5.
No, I'm saying what did they get?
We eliminated it because that didn't apply to their trip.
Oh my god!
Where were you at when we were breaking this?
Then, nigga? Like what, man? Get the fuck out of here.
Because their trip wasn't a trip. We looked at it as an event. Where were you at, Pod, when all this was going on?
Bro, so that's not fair, gang. That's not fair. You can't take out because just because a nigga don't play defense don't mean we gonna take his defense rating off.
How are we gonna rate men's tuition on information for a fucking boat party?
They went live multiple times. Just because a nigga don't play defense don't mean we don't count his defense overall. That's not fair, nigga. Everybody got a jump shot, nigga. Come on, a nigga just shoot threes. That's what he do. He don't got handles, nigga. We gotta count that. We gotta count everything, nigga. That's fair. Give a fuck if it's an event or nothing. That's fair.
They disqualified it because we were there to work.
It wasn't a trip. It was nothing to rate.
We got paid to film for King, so
we would have to pick another.
So you can't rate that then. That shit don't count then. That shit do not count.
And that's what we said. So we're on the same page now. Continue on.
All right, let's go. So information 3.5.
Hey, say it with me. Amari says, say it with me. Yellow $, man. If you're enjoying the show, hit the like button. Consider sending a super chat or a cash app if you're enjoying the show. This is probably definitely one of those times where it's going to be yellow, no money made, because Banks loves to get Pop rattled up, and when he gets Pop rattled
I'm not
up,
doing it on purpose. I'm just being honest. Sometimes I mess with him just to mess with him, but tonight I'm just being honest, man.
Again, like I said, it's probably going to be demonetized, so consider sending a super chat or a cash app just to support the show, because I can't keep doing shows for free. We appreciate you. All right, let's move on to chicks, man. We never got an information score. We never settled on one. Should we go to the chat for it and then move
You
on?
didn't give yours. We gave me, Steve, and Al gave ours. What's the hold up with you?
Because I just don't know how y'all rating it. Because I believe my information should be scored higher too, and I believe Pop should be higher than a 2.5 or a 3. So I just don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what y'all looking for other than I think where to stay, what's going on, what's the overall vibe of a place is the most information and the most pertinent information. But you telling people where to stay 4 different places isn't good enough for info. I'm like,
I'm saying it's cool, but it ain't a damn 5 or a 4.
I didn't say it was I think it's a 4 at least.
What would make Medellin a 5 in information then?
What
Like
will
what?
give you a 5 in information would
Yes.
be if you went to places
Appreciate
that
you
I've
on
never seen
that.
that look cool and you got the information on it that nobody else really has. You're showing something different. Again, you're showing information and telling me about stuff that ain't in the norm, but it also looks cool that I might actually go do. Damn, I didn't even know this shit existed. Pop just told me about this. Ain't nobody talking about this. Damn, Keith went over there. I ain't even know they had this over there. And he broke it down to how to get over there, how much it costs, blah, blah, blah. Telling me the same basic of information. Got it. Where to stay, immigration. That's cool. Tell me something that's like, I ain't gonna just know off the top of my head. Where it's like, damn, Keith put me on to something.
What's one place that you ain't know what was on top of your head that somebody told you about Colombia that you ain't already know?
That where like Colombia, that where I went, I didn't know about like that. I didn't go there. I didn't really want to go there, but nobody told me what's the name of that strip club that's outside the wall. And it has like a pool in it and all of that kind of stuff.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name of it.
If you told me about some off the grid stuff, like some really good restaurants that ain't nobody really talking about or something. You don't I know of some restaurants around there that I don't hear nobody ever talk about that are considered like top tier in Medellin type restaurants. Tell me something about that. But you're telling me the basic info. I can't give you a 5 for basic info.
Well, I talked of vegan spots. That's not basic info. That shit rare.
That's one thing. One thing we give you your credit for that, but that don't catapult you. One thing don't
I
catapult
didn't
you
say I
to a
was a
5.
5 though, Banks. Damn, you like I'm saying I'm a 5 or some shit, gang.
I mean, that's what you've been trying to say all night, pretty
I
much.
said,
Now, again, when I talked to Banks and I said, yo, in my opinion, the way information should be rated is the attempt to give information, not as specific, because Banks is with us on YouTube channels 3 nights a week, bunch of different channels. There's going to be very little information that Banks is going to be able to receive.
Keys, hold on.
If you're a viewer, hold on one second. If you're a viewer just watching, because it's obvious the information is somewhat pertinent, because I had a bunch of people hit me and say, what are the links for this? I never stayed there and stuff, shit like that. So, but it's going to be very hard for it's going to be very hard to impress.
But this is why maybe it is not fair, because looking at somebody like Keith, you done been there 50 million times. You giving me that basic bread and butter shit, where to stay, how to get. I expect you to get down in the weeds. Now you're at an advanced level. You should be telling me something other than just this basic ass shit about where to get an Airbnb. That's common sense.
But look, though, Banks. Look, Banks. You're. That's not fair, because it's new people that's coming to the space every day. They're not Banks. They're not Banks. Look, listen. They're not Banks. Look,
we already talked about this.
But look, I'm gonna name a very important point. I feel like information is great.
Hold
on. Let me finish. Hold on. I feel like the information sure should go up, especially if people are asking questions in the chat and you're answering them. That is, the information score should be automatically bumped up.
I'll break it down to you like this.
I appreciate it. 29 for the 15. Appreciate it, bro. From Portugal. Appreciate it.
Okay, let me tell you this. I'm gonna break it down like this. When you join the military, you go to basic training. Basic training. I teach you the basics. That does not make you an elite 5-star soldier. That makes you basic. You're here. Congratulations. You made it through the first fucking stage. And I feel like we're giving so much credit for basic. To get a 5, I need you to get in the weeds, pull back some layers, and show me something that everybody else ain't doing. You can't just get a 5 for being fucking basic. and showing me an air. No shit, I need a place to lay my head.
Nobody
And you
said shit
showing
about
me,
a 5.
you
It
showing
looked
me,
like
but I'm
Calm
saying,
down, my boy. Calm down. Nobody
just
said
saying,
shit about a
I'm just
5.
saying, even a 4 is a more advanced level. What y'all did was basic information. So you get a basic ass score with your basic ass.
We just saved a lot of niggas' lives, nigga. We just like you, bro. We just saved a lot of niggas, gang.
Banks. Hey, anyway, all right, let's move on to the chicks because we still don't have
Basic ass
information.
niggas. Keep going.
Yo.
Hey,
All right, hold
let's
on.
do the chicks, man.
Peace. We gotta dip out.
We'll text you the scores.
Hey, as always, it's a pleasure, man. Appreciate y'all stopping in to help round out this content related stuff. I'll hit you on the back end. Hey, listen, June 15th, if you ain't at least at 199 Al, it's over for you, bro.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Peace out. All right.
Hey, shout out to Marcus, man, at Ease 5. At Ease 5. Shout out to Marcus, man, with the 499. We appreciate the support on the channel, man. Like I said. All right, Pops. Let's go with chicks. Let's
Ooh. That's like a 445. I ain't gonna lie. That's a 445. Banks, let's go. Come on.
3.5.
Man, fuck no.
What?
Man, fuck no, nigga.
I thought that was generous.
Man, fuck no. Hey, that live with the Vanessa chick when we was at the restaurant, that was automatically that sold the whole trip.
That's what got you to above a slightly above average. That was a decent live. But okay, that was a decent live. Her vibe was cool. She brought you down a little bit because she was cool, but she wasn't the baddest.
She don't have to be the baddest. Wait,
that's
niggas would
incorporated in the
disagree,
chick
but
score.
niggas would
That's part of the
disagree
chick
about that.
score.
Niggas would disagree.
What I'm trying to get you to understand is there's when we say chicks, there's like 5 different categories that fall under chicks. Okay, she checked the vibe, but she didn't check the other ones. The vibe was there. It was it was decent, entertaining. I would give you more variety just because this is the most I've ever seen you interact with the chicks like this. And it was cool. But to get a really high score for the chicks, they got to be the complete package. And it was a good show. But
So if she had a BBL, she would be the complete package.
Who said anything about a BBL?
That's what I'm saying.
Who said anything about a BBL?
That's what make. I mean that would make these niggas say that was the complete package if she had a BBL.
And you can't say that to me because I get yelled at because I think Tyler's like a 9 and she ain't got no damn BBL. I don't care about that shit. As long as if she's a 8, 9, or 10, she's a top tier looking type chick. And you can't sit up here. Was that girl a 8, 9, or 10? No.
Do the poll.
But she was cool.
Load up the poll, Keys.
I got the poll loaded up. We started at 3.5, 4, 4.5, or 5. So you at least got a 3.5 according to the poll. So we only could have 4 selections. So vote up real quick so we can get to the bottom of this, man.
I think a 3.5, I would say a 3 is average, 3.5. Hey, you did slightly above average.
Hey, niggas, they vote bad just to get me riled up and shit like that. You know that, right? So this poll, this shit really don't be counting, folks. To be honest, because they no, Keys, come on, Keys, they like seeing me get rowdy up, folks.
But Pop, can you say that? This is why I say it's so important. You can rate whatever you want to rate anything. Let's say that. But when I ask you why, and we get down into the details of your reasoning, that's where it counts. It's easy to say 4 or 5. Make a motherfucker justify their shit. And that's when you really gonna find out what the truth is. And a lot of people want to give themselves high scores, not saying you per se, but people want to give themselves a pat on the back all the time. And then when you ask them to justify it, the justification says it's pretty mid.
Hey, hold on, Jason. I got 2 million, 2,500,000. Nigga, you was a bitch, nigga. What the fuck, nigga? Get your bitch ass on, nigga. This nigga is on his knees. He's on his knees, gang. Like he on his knees, gang. Like he don't have nothing positive to say, but his goof ass over here though.
But
get the fuck out of here, nigga.
I tell you, man, you can't pay attention to that, man.
Yeah. Please don't pay attention to that. We already got a strike last live. Let's try to.
I'm just be tired of niggas. Niggas be over here just hot. Like I just can't. But I never been that nigga in a chat game.
Why do you again? Even in life, man, you can't entertain that thing. When people give you their opinion, I may not agree with your opinion, but when you can give me some facts to back up your opinion on why you feel the way you do, that's what I could deal. I could deal with being wrong if you can back it up. I can deal with not agreeing if you can back it up. But too many times people just want to give themselves this outstanding score. And like I said, when you ask them the reasoning, it ain't justified, that score.
Hey, look, what? Give me. I just want to see this 10 chick in Columbia game.
What
If,
10
if
chicks?
so,
There's
that
plenty.
mean any chick. That mean any chick in Parque Lorelas is not like this 9 and 10. Then we, I mean, in a park or on the beach is not a
This
9 and
is
10
this
in the
this is
game.
why getting a high score means something, because it ain't easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. We can't lower the scale because then you devalue something because you feel like that bar is too high to achieve. No, work harder.
Hey, like I
That's all
said,
I can tell
it's a
somebody. Just
reason.
work harder. We ain't over here giving out participation trophies just because you showed up to work.
No, you definitely right about that. But like I said, the aesthetics.
Hey, 29, shout out to 29 who just sent the cash out. 29, you need to get your shirt when you get back to the city, brother. Two shirts. Oh, 29, two shirts, but they gave me a 3.5 for chicks.
And let's be honest, when you go to Columbia, your chick scale, they expecting to see because of what Columbia has to offer. So the rating scale does get adjusted for Columbia. The bar gets raised. So when you in Columbia, you might be able to get away with a 5 or a 6 some other places, but you know damn well in Columbia, you got to come with it if you want this high score when it comes to chicks.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad. That's why I'm glad I don't gotta come with it, because I ain't spending no 300 for no bitch to be on a live with me on my kids, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. I'm still gonna do millions of views. I ain't paying, man. Fuck out of here, gang. Like I
It
said,
ain't
they
nobody
want us
said
to
who
grab a
said you
chick
got to
from La
pay them.
Isla. They
Who
want us to
said you
grab
got
a
to
chick
pay
from La
them?
Isla.
Who said you got to pay them? Why you can't get a regular chick that's really pretty?
No, you
That's on
can't.
you.
No, no,
How you get them on the stream? That's on you, brother. If you
no.
paying them, that's your business. If you
All right,
not,
so Banks, what was the official rating that you gave?
for his chicks,
Yeah, for his chicks.
I give him a 3.5.
The chat is saying 59% is saying 3.5. Paul, what did you give yourself, Paul?
I gave myself a 4.
Look at
He
that.
said
Banks
can't
was right
afford it.
again.
All right, Mentuition gave you a 3.5 on girls.
Hey,
Say it again. Say it again. Banks, you were right. Banks know what he be talking about. Banks has fans everywhere.
Hey, this is last year's vice president, guys. I'm sick of him. We need some new blood in the office, man.
Until somebody can prove me. I mean, it ain't my fault y'all getting proved wrong.
Chicks. Let's see. 58% says 3.5, 23% says 4. The chat says the chat and inside the chat with people putting their name behind it. All right, listen. For the next 30 seconds, please put in the chat, like, so we can see the names beside it, not because Pop said people gonna try to hype them up or rattle them up. Put beside the rating what you think for the next 30 seconds, real quick. We'll put a little timer on 30 seconds. Give us Pop's rating on chicks real quick. That way we can get past this and move on.
I thought we just got it.
you know, cause Brian, man, niggas just be doing that just to see me get riled up and shit like that.
I'm
Gang.
trying to
Like,
figure out how a 3.5 isn't an honest, realistic score.
because it's just based off all the other scores that y'all give girls on other YouTuber shit, but it's cool.
Keep doing polls. You're gonna fuck around and end up with a lower score.
And I'ma still get the views I want. That's all that matters.
All right, the 30 seconds is over. What are we saying based upon this right here? We got 4.5, 4.6.
4. It's 4.
3.5, 3.9, 3.5, 3.2, 3.5, 3.2, 3.5, 3, 3.5, 3.5, 4, 3, 3, 3.5, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4.
So what was you saying about it? Sounds like threes to me, Pop.
It's niggas typing
Oh,
that chat
man. There's not a conspiracy theory against
Nigga said 4, 3.
It
2,
look,
4,
it look
4,
like
3,
it look like
3.5, 3,
3.5 got it.
3.
Honestly, it just is what it is, man.
It's a 3.5.
They gonna rate us tough, Pop. It is what it is. Variety. What we got for variety, man?
I'm not just talking about Relo Lux, nigga. I'm talking about niggas across the whole space, gang. And if nigga, that's why I said, man, to which Island still got to do another trip, because if they saying we just filming for niggas, then trips don't count. For we need a trip where they were solely by themselves,
They
gang.
admitted that though. We'll get a trip from them. They didn't come up here and try to inflate themselves or nothing like that. They said what it was, and we agreed.
All right,
What,
no.
what's your variety score, Pop? Give us your variety score, brother.
Here come bitch. We seen the same shit. I'm like, nigga, at this point, it's like at this point, I don't fucking know. And
I might be feeling generous. Keep talking shit. Keep
the
talking
hell
shit.
at this point, what the fuck?
You motherfuckers, man. What's our variety score, man? What we saying, man?
I give Pob a variety score.
No. We gotta let Pop give us.
Oh, he gonna go first? Okay.
He gotta go first. That's the way y'all did it with me.
Okay. I say that's a 4 for 4. Yeah, 4 for 4.
4 in there.
4.5. You feel me? On fourth grade. So hey, I get that's a 4.5. 4.5. 4.5.
Okay, I'll say he got 4.5. That's your final answer. 4.5.
Yeah, final answer. 4.5. Yeah, final answer.
Okay. Banks.
I think a 4 is fair.
Okay.
4 is fair. He did. Lorellis, nobody really doing that too much. Even if it didn't go, I have to give you some credit for just going. He went over
La
there.
Isla.
He did La Isla.
I went to vegan spots. I went to the mall. Gay folks.
Yes. We'll give you your 4 for variety. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Whatever.
So,
okay,
so what's his overall?
Well, what are we locking in as the score for his variety score?
4.5. That's easy.
He said 4.5. I said 4. What you say, Keith?
I say 4.5. He did everything that I
Give him a
thought could be
4. We're not fit to argue over half of 4.
I went to Super Bowling. Like, come on,
do 4.5. Again, I get it. You didn't see La Isla, but we know he went. We've seen some type. I know I've seen some footage. I don't know if y'all seen it.
No, it was he was in the preview.
He was there.
Yeah, I can't even show the preview. That got me like the last
you
time.
Gotta think. Yeah, that's kind of yes. But they was there. They really went.
All right. Okay. Well, we were still stuck on information. What information was?
That's a 3.5 for that. Like, I just don't get it, gang. Like, what's going on?
He say 3.5. I said 2.5. Intuition said 2.5. Keith, you the only one holding out. I think at this point, just get a boy a damn 3. We meet in the middle. A 3.
3.5, gang. You
can't.
Niggas don't say
3. You saying 3.5, but the people that was actually watching it saying 2.5. This is one thing that I will say. Creators out there, don't tell your audience that their opinion matters than other YouTubers or anything else, because this is who you're trying to push your product to.
But so if I was on my chat, this shit would be totally different though.
Well, you're not. You're
Banks. Exactly. If I was on my chat, this shit would be totally different, gang.
You think it would, and sometimes you're surrounded by an echo chamber, so it's probably best to go outside.
I'm sure. Look,
to hear the truth.
Listen, I'm not surrounded by an echo chamber. People, that's like what they like.
Do you think that us telling you whatever score that you may not agree with, and then the
chat, Banks, I give you, but I mean, somebody like Alan Steve, of course they gonna. I mean, regardless if they being biased,
sometimes they gave you a better score than I gave you.
I understand.
don't think they were being biased. I think they gave you a very fair rating. I think that they're able to set it to the side and give you a fair rating.
Yeah, look. He said, I don't know. Pop gives, chat gives constructive criticism too. So that's why I said, like, my chat gonna be they hard on me as well too. So hey, like I said, I feel like it's a no. I feel like I know this shit is a 3.5. Anytime somebody asks any information from me, I'm answering the question. Like, that's good enough, gang. What the hell?
Hey, we just know on the next trip we gotta give encyclopedia level.
Exactly, gang. What the hell?
You don't gotta give encyclopedia, but you gotta give us something that, hey man, we ain't got
remember that map we got in India? That map we got in India, we putting that on the screen in the chat. I'm gonna put a little map like Grand Theft Auto when we walking around.
Nigga, we gotta give every street name. Hey
guys, this is a boneless chicken wing.
You know what? Like, I'll give you an example. Like, I'll give you an example. If y'all would have went into one of those clubs and we seen it in Lorella's, for one, most guys don't go in Lorella's. So you're showing me a club that most people don't know anything about. And once you get inside that club, you show me how much it costs to get in. What's it looking like on the inside? You might even show me the damn menu prices of the drinks in that club that I've never seen before, that nobody's talking about. You just gave me a gem for my next trip. Hey, maybe I will add that to my repertoire. Maybe you will go check out these new spots that they talking about. Keith put me on to something other than just the basics. I think that's what people are looking for sometimes with the information. The basics is cool, but when you go to these new places that you're trying to go to add to your variety score, give the new information. New information is valuable.
Vegan spots are new information, gang. That is new information.
Cool.
Ain't no nigga ever seen.
That's cool.
Ain't no nigga ever seen.
Keith, remember you didn't know about that pizza spot that was in the walled city? They closed it down. Okay, I put you onto that one pizza spot and you went there and you ate it. But does that constitute me saying, oh, I gave you a 4? No, that one thing ain't gonna get it done. You gotta compound that with a few other good gems. That's what's gonna raise your score.
I gave a different few.
And that's why, and maybe because you gave us that vegan spot, maybe that's why you didn't get a fucking 1. And that's why you got a 2.5.
That's not true, because every time I'm always giving good information, gang. Like, I'm always giving good information. Like, anytime somebody asks me a question in the chat, I always give the best information as much as possible.
Hey, Pop, all we can do, accept the information. I'm happy we had this conversation. I'm happy we figured out the categories.
It's not gonna be enough next time. Watch. It's not gonna be enough. Watch.
It's gonna have to be enough. We gonna have to just pull it together. But
hey, I'm not finna try to please these niggas. I'm gonna do my shit. I'm still gonna get the views that I need to get, and this shit still gonna sell. Niggas still gonna be watching, folks. And that's how I feel, bro.
Okay. Well, and listen, I know personally it's definitely something to even think about and upgrade our game, especially if, again, we appreciate everybody who donated to the trip. Hey, we asking for donations. We got to be able to accept the information, the criticism, whatever it is.
The main thing I hope Pop takes away from this, you can feel how you feel, but when you get asked to back that shit up, you have to be able to articulate yourself and give the reason to support why you're saying what you're saying.
Listen, I got one.
I might not agree with you, but I have to respect it if you can give me some reasonable stuff to back up why you feel the way you feel. And a lot of the times when it says, well, what's the reason you gave this score? Your reasoning don't justify the score, brother.
But look, I give you that. But you know why? You know what makes this? What makes me so happy about all of this shit is because I'm not a fucking streamer. I'm a video maker and shit like that, gang. So if I'm stepping in niggas' lanes and doing this shit with streaming, imagine what the video gonna look like. I see everybody in the chat telling us, relax. You're not. I know that I'm not perfect, nigga. I'm obviously getting better, folks. You don't do millions of views without getting better, gang. I'm upgrading my shit. I'm spending money on trips and shit like that, on cameras, on fucking mics and everything, gang. So trust me, I'm definitely gonna take the criticism. Y'all don't know me in real life, so y'all don't know how I'm gonna set the criticism.
But they're not judging you on your real life. The only thing they're judging you on is the product that you put in front of them.
I'm saying, but the product is not this is not my strong suit, which is streaming. My strong suit is video making. That is the thing.
Hold on. So if the strong suit is not the streaming, when you put streaming people in front of people, you can't get so offended when they give you their honest
No,
critiquing.
I'm
You
not.
know that
I
this is
think
not, hold on, you know that this is not your strong point. So sometimes you have to sit, you've already acknowledged that, which most people can't do. You're saying, hey, this ain't my strong point. If you're going to get better at something, you have to listen to the people that you're trying to push your product to. They're telling you where you need to improve at. When you do these things, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. What are 3 things that I did good? And what are 3 things that I need to improve on?
understand. I understand
I
all
think
that and shit like that.
yeah, look,
My bad.
I think to that point right there, I think still it was a great trip. Like to that point, you probably say you're a video maker. I was hoping that in the barrios, you know what I'm saying, which I don't think y'all get enough credit for that, and like because y'all did go deep in the barrios. I was hoping that you still was recording and was gonna make a real video, even though Keith was live. You know what I'm saying? If you
I
just
did. I
drop
was recording.
okay, yeah. So just like that kind of content, that'll be fire. I feel like the live stream be cool, but like people like me, I like watching videos. So no matter what, I don't care about how many live times y'all went live. I do want to see the content. Like I just watched Rob Radley video, Keisha. I was telling you the other day. I like the video. You know what I'm saying? It was cool, but I still want to see more information about like what to do. But I know that might be coming. You know what I'm saying? The girl was nice and the club was nice, but like I would like information. Y'all had a separate the keypads to y'all. When both of y'all was going live at different times, that shit was genius. And still to this point, even though people trying to rate the trip low in the comments, that's still gonna be a hard trip to beat this year. Y'all can say
I'm
what y'all
still
want to.
waiting on Keith. What is the overall rating for Pop? Because I don't think it was a bad trip. I
I
think
said
people
the
don't
points was 23.5 out of 30.
see that's decent. That's not bad at all. I think people are under the impression if you don't get a 5, if you don't get an A in this class, that means you're trash. You're not going to get an A in every category, but it doesn't mean that overall you're trash. You still did a very good trip overall. There's areas you need to work on, and there's things that you did really good that you need to keep doing.
I appreciate all that, but I'm just thinking of my mind keep resorting to when we was talking about the top hottest in the space and shit like that game, and we was talking about the top hottest in the space and shit. Niggas was
That's
just disrespect. I was just being disrespected, folks. Like
but
I
that's a
just keep
completely
resorting to all
different.
that. I'm
It's a
just saying
completely different metric. It's a
no, but
completely different metric.
it wasn't though. If we're okay, all right. Like I said, I was being disrespected, and I'm just seeing the ratings of my trips and shit like that, and then other niggas getting propped up higher. But it's cool for like niggas giving niggas like Barber World 28s and shit like that, man.
If I out
All
of
right,
four,
folks.
I give it a solid 4, if not a 4.5 for both as collab trip. I think it was
When
good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all went to Loretta's, even though, like, you know what I'm saying, y'all could have, went to more clubs and stuff, but still, like, the whole live stream, like, you could watch multiple lives on both of these trips the whole time. And two, I think that's what people trying to do. They're trying to split the trip up. It was a 2-people trip, you know what I'm saying? So, like, 2-person trip. So I don't know. They're trying to put it all on par, but it was like a joint collaboration, and it was good collab.
That's what I said too. Like if I wanted to, or if Pod wanted to, go live every single second and not switch off back to back, like we could have been live doing something like fucking 5, you know what I mean, all day, every day. But because it is a collab, it's a give and take, and because we making videos, but that's what I'm saying to Pod, like just hear what they gotta say. We're gonna improve the next time. We're gonna try to see what the criteria was. Hey, if they need more interaction with the chicks, I guess, or more speaking the language, or if they need more information, hey, we're gonna provide more, especially if we're being asked to give more. So
If niggas want to see they folks,
I think the question should be, was it worth
cash
the
out.
funding? And it
Fuck is you
was.
talking about?
They said that the next day, when you first went live, Keys, everybody was loving the trip. So I guess like when it get time to settle down and people think about it, that's where it's coming from. But fresh off that trip, it was a good trip, man.
It's a reason everybody keep talking about it, gang. So
it was a good trip, and we, what I mean, like I said, I think the rating system is something that we can learn from, talk about, discuss. These were the criteria. If anybody decides they want to use it for their own trips, or throw it away, or get some more criteria or more categories, you know what I mean? Just going through real quick at the end: entertainment and availability, information, chicks, variety, 6 categories, total of 30 points. Look at your own trips, look at your planning phase, and I think that's what we got. We've been on 3 hours, and I got to get off so we can go, so I can go to work tomorrow. So Any last words from the chat? Appreciate Pop, appreciate Mentuition, appreciate
So what
Banks
did you get?
always.
What was your overall trip score, Keith?
22. I
And
think.
Pop got 23.
23.5. Yep.
That's kind of how I seen it.
All right, yeah.
That's
Pop
fair.
definitely
And that's
did
both of y'all, a 22 and a 23. Most people ain't getting nowhere near that score. It was a good trip. Was it a perfect trip? No, but just because you don't get a 5 in any, most people ain't like 5s ain't easy to get. Most of the time, you probably ain't gonna get a 5, and if you do, it's only gonna probably be in one category. Stop chasing the 5 and just try to have an overall good trip.
I'm coming for them 5s. That shit, like it ain't shit else to talk. I'm like that's what I'm saying. I just love this type of shit because like people I just love feeling underestimated and shit. I don't give a fuck about them other niggas coming close to 23s or whatever, nigga. I'm trying to get 30, nigga, like Curry on bro. So hey,
Hey, if you give yourself these high ratings, remember what I said. Just be able to argue your points.
All
If
right,
you
y'all.
don't say it was that, you better be able to talk. You better make me believe it.
All right, y'all. Any last words from Banks or Pop?
If we catch anybody using anything other than this metric, that's your ass.
All right, man. Peace.
Nah, fuck with y'all. I'm out.
All right, Pop. Any last words, Pop?
yeah. I mean, ain't no last words. It's just work to do. That's all.
Hey, all we can do is get back to work. Hey, you only as good as your last trip, so hey, you got to get back on the horse and figure it out for the
I ain't
next.
finna do no more lies for these ungrateful ass niggas, man. Fuck these niggas. No more lies.
When the camera turns on, the connection better be like this. Y'all better be doing backflips.
They want to see us pulling the pennies down. You feel me? I ain't giving these
You gotta
niggas no
get
more
the box on
lies.
live, Pop. That's it.
I guess so.
You gotta get the box on live, G.
I guess so, man. All right, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you as always, man.
For sure.
Yo, appreciate everybody who came in the building. Hit the like button on your way out. Hey, no, we definitely putting videos out. We working on videos as we speak. We want to get them out within the next week and a half. We want to make sure that's really a component of this shit that we really working hard on is getting these videos out fast because nothing else matters. Because I think as you see the lives and then the video component, we want to be in that category. I know at least I do that. Hey, you can put on a decent live show and then you can do a decent video too. Cause I like as of right now, it's a lot of people who either do one or the other. It's either live streams or videos. It would be nice to exist right in the middle where you can do a little bit of both, and both of them are reasonably good products or good quality. So that's the plan. As I said, tonight before I go to bed, I got working more in the morning. I'm gonna be pressing up some shirts, seeing how everything turned out. Street Team Love Bombers is the shirt choice of this quarter per se. So we're gonna be pressing some shirts, seeing how they look, and then I'll get some shipping information for people that want shirts. After that, and we got Bougie Boy shirts, Weekend Warrior shirts coming. So we all working. So we appreciate y'all for even stopping in to check out the video and the live. So until the next time, I'm out of here. Peace, my guys.